Dino Winwood. Welcome you fans to the second night of the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles. Getting underway tonight is a Block A matchup between Brandon Bonham, or Block AB matchup actually, between Brandon Bonham, the new guy, the man in the yellow trunks, and Nigel McGuinness, the man in the yellow hair.
Of course, if you have any difficulty trying to figure out the different characteristics of these two, then you really need to.
Yeah, you really need to bone up, as it were, on your professional wrestling. And Nigel McGuinness, of course, defeated Austin Aries in a very, very hard-fought contest last night. And Brandon Bonham, though, no slouch either, defeated Kenny Omega last night in an excellent, excellent matchup. Many of the fans very appreciative of both men's efforts, but Brandon Bonham came out on top, and now he is facing off with Nigel McGuinness, and he has his work cut out for him, Dino.
Word on that, as we stated in Night 1, if you don't remember, please refer to Night 1's disc and DVDs. The British Styles, my favorite, in fact, Nigel McGuinness, who hails from England.
London, England.
Yes, beautiful place.
And
let's go back there.
Look at this. Nigel McGuinness really giving us a clinic and giving Brandon Bonham a clinic, putting him down to the mat and pinning him again. Junior referee Danny Martinez.
Western Bacon.
Giving the 2 count. He's below the ranks of Aaron Hassan in terms of the junior referees, but very well could work his way up tonight. Than Aaron Hassan. Look at this. Nigel playing to the crowd, and Brandon Bonham, of course, is a crowd favorite. Oh, Brandon Bonham, side headlock takeover, took Nigel down as he was playing to the crowd. Great strategy by Bonham to catch Nigel unawares. But Bonham, of course, is normally the favorite in any of his PWG matches thus far. So far, undefeated. His only near blemish is a 20-minute time limit draw with Davey Richards. Might have been 25, but not quite sure. But still, and so Brandon Bonham has really got a lot to prove here, and especially against a tough competitor like Nigel. Nigel, of course, was quarterfinals last year, lost El Generico, and El Generico went on to the finals of the tournament, was defeated by Roderick, and then Shima actually won the tournament in 2007. But this year, Nigel's hoping to make it a different story, and Brandon Bonham, though, this could be a career landmark, not even winning this match, but just being in this tournament. He could go on to some pretty great things, especially if he, yourself and myself, we are the majority of the championship committee here in PWG, and so if he goes on to impress us in this matchup, he could have great things in store for him.
Maybe a fruit basket or a thank you
Fruit of the Month club.
Yes, that's a gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
Bonham shoving
Oh, snap. High school fight.
Oh, look at that. Bonham distracting Nigel, pointing his head towards that. Oh, look at that. Nigel, though, using every part of the ring. Oh, he just clobbered Brandon Bonham.
Take a little breather there. I don't want to say he regrets hurting him that hard.
I think Nigel was more upset about being tricked by Bonham, tricked twice in the same match. Nigel's not an easy guy to pull one over on. You know what? I saw him earlier reading a book in the center of the ring before the show started. He was not even concerned with his match tonight or possible matches tonight.
In fact, he went out singing karaoke.
That's right. We were at Dimples last night, Nigel, myself, and a few of the other guys, and it was quite an entertaining night. Nigel McGuinness actually regaled the crowd with his rendition of Wild Thing. Wow. Hard elbow shots. Nigel telling Bonham to bring it on. And, Nigel just rocking Bonham. Bonham, you can see, is staggering a little bit. Nigel telling Bonham, single leg takedown. Goes through. Thought he was going for the spinning toe hold. Bonham, though, knocked him out. Bonham up and over the top to the outside.
Knocked him pretty well to start now.
Nigel might be regretting that late night at Dimples for more than one reason.
Well, he didn't get his third song in.
That's very true. We found out late in the evening that in order to get as many songs as possible. Oh, look at that. Nigel putting on the brakes as Bonham went to throw him in underneath the bottom rope, but Nigel put on the brakes and caught him with a back elbow. Yeah, Nigel did Bonham landed a little pretty hard on the shoulder of Nigel McGuinness. And, that becomes the tale of this tournament. What injuries did you sustain last night, or what injuries will you sustain tonight, and how will that affect you throughout the course of the tournament? Say Bonham were to concuss himself on that dive, but go on to somehow win this match. He'd have to, he'd be weakened in his his quarterfinal match or his semifinal match, and you know, I mean, he would be going in there with a concussion, and or he could be going in there with a broken shoulder. As Nigel just steps over, wrenches the arm, and now kicks him in the face. Not showing a lot of respect for the new guy.
Well, trying to show, give Brandon a little taste of his own medicine there. Nigel was grasping for his shoulder, wanting to make sure that he dishes out just a little bit.
Oh, what
I mean?
Vicious arm breaker by Nigel. Danny Martinez only counts a 1 fall, and I believe with that 1 fall count, Danny Martinez has shot up the ranks and is now placed ahead of Aaron Hassan in junior referee category. And now Nigel McGuinness, after flipping Brandon Bonham over out of that pinning predicament, has him all tied up. And Nigel, he's just working out the kinks in his shoulders as Bonham is struggling to get out of the submission. Oh, would you look at that?
Didn't feel good at all.
Brandon Bonham screaming in pain. Danny Martinez, the referee, checking to see if Bonham wants to continue, and of course he wants to continue. This is the Battle of Los Angeles. Oh! He just jacked his jaw.
Good luck trying to find an opportunity for yourself to get the upper hand here. Nigel, man, he knows pretty much almost everything to do first.
He is a consummate professional, and I mean, he is a student of the game, a master of the sport of professional wrestling, and you know, I mean, that's why a victory here for Bonham would be such a big thing. Uppercut by Nigel, and Bonham holding on for dear life, keeps his feet, an admirable task. Oh, goes for the jawbreaker lariat. Bonham hits him with a clothesline. Beautiful drop kick, caught him on the chin. What incredible elevation by Bonham. Now Bonham sends him in the corner, pillar to post. Bonham charges in. Nigel comes under, eats a boot from Brandon Bonham. Bonham up on the middle rope. Foot stomp, caught Nigel on the back of the head.
Cover.
Hook of the leg, 2. Nigel kicks out at 2.75.
That was a pretty big hit that Nigel took, but I think it's going to take a lot more to put down the big Brit.
Nigel is a big dude, and he is a tough dude, and so Bonham definitely. Oh my God! 1, 2, no! Bonham kicks out at 2.
Fans very happy to see Bonham kick out of that one, man. I would not have been
Incredible! Brandon Bonham was very nearly decapitated by that jawbreaker lariat. Nigel, though, enjoying quite a bit of support at the crowd. I believe it's about 75-25 right now. Nigel getting up ahead of steam. Rebounds, puts on the brakes. Oh, Bonham with the shot to the stomach. Enziguri. Bonham again. Enziguri takes down Nigel. Nigel's in the corner. Brandon Bonham.
Up for it.
Could be. Drop kicks Nigel in the corner, and he just blasted him.
Cover.
Hook of the leg, 1, 2. No! Nigel McGuinness kicks out at 2 and may have lost a tooth or perhaps broken a nose.
If anything, Bonham turned those spikes of his to the side parts.
You can see Nigel, he's dabbing at his face. I'm not sure what happened on that impact, but any number of things could have happened. But Brandon Bonham just clobbered Nigel McGuinness there.
For him, could be going for in this corner.
Now Nigel McGuinness reverses the Irish whip, perhaps the British whip. You can see shaking off the cobwebs. Brandon Bonham, though, narrowly avoided that, coming up to the top rope. Oh, crotched by Nigel. Nigel!
Tower!
He's got him hooked up. Oh, London just destroyed the face of Brandon Bonham. 1, 2, 3. That is it. Nigel McGuinness advances to the semifinals of the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles. matchup between Masato Yoshino, the speed star, and Low-Key, the world warrior. Highly anticipated since it was announced last night. Well, actually not announced, but determined last night by both men's subsequent first-round victories. And joining me on commentary, Sexy Chucky T, Chuck Taylor.
How are you, Excalibur?
Not bad. Always my pleasure to have you here in the booth shaped like a table. And this is our first non-main event.
It's true. It's our first non-Chris Hero match. I was hoping Chris Hero would be out here. I could call the 29 rolling elbows that he'll do.
Or you could call the 29,000 kicks and chops that Low-Key will do, that Yoshino will, I have a feeling that he's in store for a lot of them. But Yoshino, one of the few men in the sport of professional wrestling that is actually faster than Low-Key.
Yoshino is probably the fastest wrestler in the world today, I'd have to say. I can't imagine anybody moving fast.
Oh, would you look at that? Getting a jump on Low-Key early. Look at that incredible speed. Yoshino, drop kick Low-Key. Another drop kick. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why he is called the Speed Star. If Barry Allen were a tan Japanese man, I would say that he is Masato Yoshino. Comic book reference for you, Chuck Taylor.
I was going to go Carl Lewis, right? Wasn't he the fastest man in the world?
He was until he got...
Didn't he get AIDS or something?
No, he got busted for steroids, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or was that the other one?
Who? There was the Michael Johnson.
Yes,
right?
Michael Johnson.
I think Carl Lewis got AIDS.
No! Carl Lewis is going to sue us.
If Carl Lewis is watching, I'm sorry if you don't have AIDS.
Yeah. I doubt he's watching. Oh, uppercut by Low-Key. And Florence Griffin Joyner, the late Florence Griffin Joyner. Yeah, the fastest woman in the world.
Yeah, she's not moving very fast now.
How many track stars can we... Oh, Low-Key, flashing elbow, Keiji Muto style. Only a 1 count though. Yoshino kicked out early. Front chancery now applied by Low-Key. You can see he's got a wide horizontal base. Really trying to wear Yoshino out, trying to make Yoshino expend as much energy as he can to get back up to his feet and to cut down on Yoshino's speed advantage.
Low-Key finding himself at a speed disadvantage here. I mean, Low-Key, another, like you said, one of the fastest men on the planet. But he's also one of the hardest hitters on the planet. Man, this guy hits like a ton of bricks.
And, especially even after Low-Key had knee surgery, ACL surgery, beautiful body slam, textbook by Low-Key. Lateral press only gets a 2 count. He had ACL surgery earlier in this year. The surgery actually forced him to vacate the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Championship. And so... Low-Key has not lost a step since that surgery, though. I mean, he's still among the fastest wrestlers in the world. But Yoshino is just that much faster, and that has to be unfamiliar territory for Low-Key.
I'd have to think this is the first time meeting between these two guys.
Yeah, it definitely is. And these two men trading shots. Yoshino going overhand, Low-Key going knife edge, and Yoshino getting the better of him. Bounce off the ropes, kick to the midsection, though, the great equalizer in that case. Just hung him out to dry over the top rope. And the winner of this matchup will go on to face Nigel McGuinness, who had an incredible second round matchup against Brandon Bonham. Bonham, a great showing, actually busted the nose of Nigel McGuinness, and that could be a big story later on in this tournament. Nigel, of course, his nose filling up with blood, getting clotted. That could affect his breathing, and so especially if he's in there with somebody like Yoshino, who can really outpace Nigel. That could be a great factor. I mean, he'd get winded much easier, and so Yoshino could have a distinct advantage in that match if he were to advance against Low-Key.
And Low-Key, you never want to go into a match with Low-Key hurt.
That's true. And backdrop suplex by Low-Key, 2 count only for the World Warrior. But yeah, Low-Key, so much like a shark, he sees the blood on Nigel. It's like blood in the water for him. He will zone right in on there and just we've seen Low-Key kick people in the chest. We've seen him kick him in the arm, kick him in the leg. Low-Key just repeatedly kick Nigel in the face.
He kicked me in the head once.
How was that?
It really sucked.
Do you remember it, or do you just remember
I saw the tape.
From video?
I saw the tape, and I was like, "Oh, what an asshole!"
Low-Key, high kick on Yoshino.
Listen to that.
Catching him in the chest and the sternum, in the lungs, just trying to cut down on the breathing. And Low-Key is just very ponderous in his front chancery suplex. Converts it into a cover, only gets a 2 count, but still beautiful suplex by Low-Key.
All the way he used the bridge to float over into the pin using his neck. No wasted motion on Low-Key. And
great transition by Low-Key. And now trying to wear down Yoshino he's got the bear hug on the ground, or the waist lock, excuse me, just squeezing Yoshino, trying to compress those ribs into his lungs and trying to just cut off that flow of oxygen. Exactly what could afflict Nigel is exactly what Loki's trying to do to Yoshino in this match.
Oh, smart strategy by Loki. You can't run, you can't breathe, you can't run. And Yoshino, look at him, just pissing him off and knocking the breath out of him.
Yoshino just kind of, he's over the corner. He's disappointed, or maybe he's frustrated, but he's also gasping for breath. Oh, Yoshino though, that quickness, big elbow, rock Loki, goes through. Lightning spiral just dropped Loki down.
Oh, that knocked Loki a little silly. Look at him.
He's loopy. You can see his head is just lolling. And Yoshino sending Loki into the ropes. Loki reverses. No, Yoshino reverses. Wrapped him up. He's got the jungle lock applied. And Loki in the center of the ring. Nowhere to go. Well, actually, I spoke too soon. He goes right to the ropes.
Loki, deceptively strong. He's a small guy, but he is in great shape. Both men actually in incredible shape.
And think about Loki. He's fast. He's strong. He hits hard, but he's also a great tactician in the ring.
And a great high flyer. He's almost a complete package, really.
I mean, he's an incredible strategist. He's like the Winston Churchill of the professional wrestling ring. If Winston Churchill were not fat, white, and dead.
Exactly.
Now Loki.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Loki trying to go for a superplex on Yoshino, but Yoshino reversing out of it, goes through, goes for the powerbomb, but Loki holds on. Elbow to the top of the head, and Yoshino just went down in a heap.
All sorts of force on it.
Overhand chop. Oh my God!
On the top rope.
Look at that, just wrenching the neck of Yoshino back. Oh my God, I've never seen that. What an incredible display of strength. And the big elbow to the crown of the head of Yoshino. 1, 2. No, Yoshino kicks out at 2. What incredible strength by Loki. Just lifted Yoshino's entire body off the ground by his neck.
Both men in this match are champions, right? Overseas in the Orient?
That's right. In the Orient, where they have many rugs. Tormolino by Yoshino. Just dropped him down. He's calling for it. The Sol Naciente, the sunset. And this could be curtains for Loki.
Yeah. This is how he beat Matt Jackson, right?
Or Nick Jackson.
Excuse me, sorry.
He rolled him through. He's got him all tied up. And Loki, though, he's reaching for the ropes.
No, he's got him pinned.
Oh, he's pinning him back. Yoshino, forced to break the hold, to break the pin. Yoshino's got him in the corner. Oh, running back elbow, you could see.
Spit fly.
Yeah, the hard impact. Going for that neck breaker. Oh, just drove him back into the corner.
Dragon clutch.
He's got him hooked up. He's got it.
That's how he beat Roderick strong, is it not?
It is, and he's got it cinched in deep, and especially, there it is. Yoshino taps out to the Dragon Punch, and now Loki will go on to advance to face Nigel McGuinness in the semifinal round. Chuck Taylor, thank you very much for joining me on commentary, and good night tonight in the big 9-man tag team match.
We're going to win it.
I hope so. Listening to this over and over, fellas. So many games.
Yeah, we had Jump for the Winnipeg Jets.
Oh.
And that pumped up everyone up quite a bit. Yeah, it was kind of like that. Oh, what a preposterous remark by TJ Perkins.
Strong words from the youngster.
And he was too much of a coward to even voice it himself. He had to get the ring announcer to do it for him. Bryan Danielson must take that as a figurative slap in the face.
A slight, if you will. Yes. Emotional and physical.
This might turn this contest into something rather personal very quick. Remark he made earlier.
matchup getting underway.
Yep.
TJ Perkins, who won under nefarious means, or by nefarious means, under some illicit circumstances last night against Chuck Taylor, facing off with American Dragon Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson, of course, defeating Davey Richards last night in a hard-fought contest.
That's right.
And Kenny Omega joining me on commentary.
Hello.
Kenny.
Hi.
You were backstage when Nigel McGuinness came backstage after his match with Brandon Bonham. His nose was bloodied. How serious do you think that injury will be, and do you think it will affect him in his match with Loki later on tonight?
Time will tell, because what people might not realize is that a bleeding nose, when it doesn't stop bleeding, actually restricts breathing.
But I was telling Chuck Taylor about that. It clots up there, and you got to breathe through your mouth.
And to have a breathing restriction going to a match with Loki definitely isn't something that you want to have.
And Yoshino, of course, known around the world as a speed star, but Loki is no slouch either. I mean, he is one of the fastest men in professional wrestling.
I agree.
But one of the slickest men, or perhaps one of the slickest men in professional wrestling in his own mind, and the self-proclaimed best wrestler in the city of Los Angeles, TJ Perkins. Had some harsh words for Bryan Danielson. Couldn't even voice him himself.
Definitely, and he got this match started early with a war of words rather than a wrestling match, and I really think it's fueled the fire between these two men early on. And
TJ Perkins, of course, the youngest old-timer in the business. He's 23 years of age, I believe, and he's been wrestling for 8 years. Since he's been 15 years old, started out with the Havana Pitbulls, Rocky Romero and Ricky Reyes.
Yep.
Since then, not since then, after that, he went to the New Japan Dojo here in Los Angeles, where greats like American Dragon Bryan Danielson was one of the head instructors there. Bobby Quance, of course, a great wrestler, is also an instructor there, and Samoa Joe, also one of TJ Perkins' instructors. So he has a wealth of knowledge at his disposal, and I mean, to have this matchup against one of the men who taught him the sport of professional wrestling, this is a huge opportunity for Perkins.
I mean, you mentioned the Pitbulls earlier, and he's looking like a Pitbull in the ring right now by having as tenacious as he has been, sticking to the mat with Bryan Danielson. It's not something I would do, that's for sure.
That's right. Bryan Danielson, of course, I mean, really, on the short list, the top 5 greatest professional wrestlers in the world. Look at that, going for a knee bar, but TJ Perkins rolled through and was able to avoid it. Now going for a single leg crab, very close to the ropes though. Danielson just outside of arm's reach, and you can see Perkins trying to kick out the hand of Danielson to prevent Danielson from using his hand to gain some momentum to lunge towards the ropes.
Great counter by Danielson, by the way.
Danielson did escape underneath the legs of TJ Perkins. TJ Perkins wasn't sitting back with it, wasn't wrenching on the leg.
And it goes to show that Danielson is definitely interested in keeping this on the ground. The ropes were well within reach, and Danielson decided rather than escaping by using the ropes, which a normal man would have done, he wanted to keep it on the ground.
Oh, look at this. Rear naked choke by Danielson. This could be it for TJ Perkins.
It very well could be. This ends.
Now TJ broke free from the hands of Danielson, and now pulling down on the ankles, the crisscrossed ankles of Bryan Danielson. Now Kenny Omega, we saw last night the fans of Pro Wrestling Guerilla had their first taste of Kenny Omega. A lot of high impact offense, a lot of psychological warfare, trying to get into your opponent's mind. How is your on the ground training in terms of that, in terms of professional wrestling? How comfortable do you feel on the mat? Do you think you would be able to do as well as TJ Perkins is against Bryan Danielson, or would you take another approach?
Himself quite well, and personally, if I was to face Bryan Danielson, I'd use my psychological edge rather than any sort of attempt at ground wrestling with Bryan Danielson. That's just suicidal in my mind.
And
but TJ Perkins is here to prove a point, I believe. So
trying to best one of his trainers, and I mean, imagine.
Definitely.
Have you ever faced one of your trainers in a professional wrestling match?
Indeed, I have, and you know what? It was a lesson learned about the first 50 times I did until finally I won.
But I mean, it's I imagine that first victory though, that gave you such a huge boost, and I mean, what a tremendous boost that would be for Perkins to go into the semifinal round, not only advancing in the Battle of Los Angeles tournament, but also beating one of his trainers, beating one of the best in the world.
Agreed. I believe he's taking this high risk to prove a point and elevate himself within the promotion of PWG and with the fans of PWG as well.
Now, fans who were listening to the first round of the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles heard Kenny Omega and myself agree to disagree about a choice of home video game consoles.
Oh, they heard about it all.
And but there's one thing we do agree on, and that is Nintendo DS.
Oh, yes.
DS, a phenomenal system and a phenomenal reversal of Bryan Danielson.
Wonderful.
Danielson was monkey flipped by TJ Perkins, but TJ Perkins came out on the worse for wear on that exchange.
See, and this is exactly why I wouldn't do what TJ Perkins has done. I mean, I may know a counter, but Danielson knows counters to counters.
That's right. And, oh my God! Would you look at that? Oh my!
That's disgusting.
God! He's down pinned to the canvas. 2. Oh, TJ Perkins was very nearly defeated in the center of the ring early on in this contest. And that was such a high risk for Perkins, and it almost cost him this match, and it cost him the tournament.
But Perkins isn't done trying yet. You know what I mean? He still has...
Look at that. Danielson again reversing things on Perkins, getting him in the hammerlock on the ground. Did you try Professor Layton in the Curious Game?
You know, I did.
Oh, I love that.
It was so fun for the first little bit, and then it got tiring after a little bit for me.
That's true. I didn't actually finish it. So, but yeah, a lot of the puzzles were
really thoughtful. I liked it. It was just super fun and such a rewarding feeling when you got it right on the first try.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I like that. And look at this. TJ Perkins cutting corners there, grabbing the nose of Danielson, but Danielson still holds on to that arm wringer, and now trying to break the arm of Perkins.
Using questionable tactics with TJ Perkins, but Danielson's still able to counter using strictly wrestling.
TJ Perkins was reaching for the rope there, but didn't quite make it, and Danielson just grounded him. And now it looks like Danielson's the pit bull in this situation. He's just locked onto the arm of TJ Perkins and not letting go. Oh, he's wrenching back on the fingers of Perkins. Rubbing that forearm into the elbow, trying to hyperextend that elbow of TJ Perkins.
A little bit of small joint manipulation there.
And now Bryan Danielson has got Perkins all tied up once again.
And I think he's going to work on the other hand. By the looks of it.
TJ Perkins, he's so close to the ropes, but he's got nowhere to go. Bryan Danielson has him all locked up.
Jesus.
But there's one thing we can't agree on, Kenny Omega.
Which is?
Bryan Danielson, incredible, 2 things. Incredible wrestler, Metal Gear Solid, incredible franchise.
Definitely.
Juice drinking franchise, kind of like Jamba Juice, is fresh squeezed fruit into your smoothie. Bryan Danielson's got a chain of restaurants, or not restaurants, juice bars up and down the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest, in Seattle and around that area. Hard place to break into in the beverage industry.
Definitely.
Starbucks, Seattle's best coffee, so many things. But if anybody could do it, it's Bryan Danielson. He's the best in the world at just about anything he does.
What we've just noticed here, if the fans haven't been keeping track, is Bryan Danielson has not had to use the ropes to escape once yet in this contest.
TJ Perkins has, and that is a moral victory for Danielson.
Definitely.
And could be something that undermines TJ Perkins' strategy.
But a moral victory is not the victory that lets you advance in this tournament, so he's still very much alive.
Oh, rake of the eyes by Perkins. And I think I thought Danielson was going to rake the eyes of Perkins, but instead hits him with a clean uppercut right underneath the chin. A third one takes Perkins off of his feet.
These headsets are practically earmuffs, and I can hear those.
That's right.
Through my skull.
And now Perkins sends Danielson into the rope. Danielson, though, ducks under Perkins. Another uppercut. And I don't know if that pop we're hearing is the sound of Danielson's bicep hitting Perkins' chin, or Perkins' chin or his teeth clicking together.
Or my eardrums
popping. That's right. Yeah. And now TJ Perkins in a very dangerous position in the Romero special, or about to be the Romero special.
Cesar Romero?
The original Joker, Cesar Romero. Kenny Omega. Tremendous reference there.
No problem.
And but no, it might be the Cesar Romero special as TJ Perkins gets to the ropes. I was not keeping track, but was that the third time he made it to the ropes to force a break?
You know what? I haven't been keeping track. All I have been keeping track of is that TJ Perkins does not know when to fold. He's still trying to go toe-to-toe with Danielson.
So you're saying he's possibly the worst Kenny Rogers impersonator in the world?
Definitely, because
he doesn't know when to fold him, doesn't know when to hold him, doesn't know when to walk away.
And he definitely is not running, so he doesn't know that either.
Oh, he made a beeline to the ropes, though, to try to work on the arm.
I remember that, and he ended up taking flight instead.
Omega. A play on words, a pun, if you will. Oh, he chopped him in the throat.
It's chopping in the carotid artery.
Yeah. Oh, uppercut. No. Oh, Oh, Soulbutt, though, took Danielson off of his feet, caught him in the breadbasket, and, or I guess since he's the American Dragon, it's the apple pie basket.
That's right, yeah.
And now Perkins taking Danielson over to the ring post. And
he's working a leg.
Rammed that left knee into the ring post, the side of the knee, and that is how you that's how you develop knee injuries, Kenny Omega.
When in doubt, you just go for the limbs.
And you know, I mean, if Bryan Danielson were to oh my God, look at this, TJ Perkins just punishing Danielson on the ropes. He said, if you're not going to go to the ropes, I'll bring you to the ropes and I will torture you there. At least in my head, that's how the conversation
went. Yes, and that would bring them on even playing field. And now they have both been to the ropes. And
so, okay, say TJ Perkins does win this match against his trainer Bryan Danielson, one of his trainers, Bryan Danielson. He had to use some nefarious means to do so.
Right.
Is it the same kind of victory? You know, I mean, does he have? Does he know that I bested my trainer, or does he think I had to sink to some unsportsmanlike levels in order to do so?
Let's say TJ Perkins takes us all away. Let's say he takes home that humongous trophy.
That's right, sitting to our right.
I mean, he can look into that trophy and say, you know, I'm the winner, or he can look in the mirror and say, God, I'm a loser because I had to cheat to do it.
You know what, TJ Perkins. Oh, TJ Perkins rolled up inside cradle. Only gets a 2 count though. Does Bryan Danielson drop to hold, takes him down, and now the Cesar Romero special.
Yep.
Or perhaps the John Romero special. John Romero, Daikatana. He worked on the original Doom.
Game. Wow. Yeah. I was going to say George Romero.
Oh, George Romero, the Day of the Dead special.
That's right, yeah.
Or perhaps the Rocky Romero special, the Havana Pitbull special. That's all the Romeros.
It's under speculation, yeah. Isn't there Romero and Juliet, or is that something different?
So, and now Bryan Danielson on the ring apron, waiting for Perkins to get up to his feet. Jumping knee! Oh, but nobody home. Bryan Danielson just crashed into the chairs.
Oh, Jesus.
Almost crashed into that old man there. Maybe you guys don't see
Perhaps.
We're looking on the hard cam.
Yeah, there's definitely an old man placed in danger, and I do believe it's Santa Claus, so we do not want him injured.
TJ Perkins just drove the knee of Bryan Danielson into the exposed cement floor here in the Burbank Armory. Junior. Official Danny Ramirez giving the 20 count to return to the ring, but Bryan Danielson is just being punished by TJ Perkins on the outside.
Right about now, Bryan Danielson should be checking this armory for a cyborg leg because he's definitely going into this contest not the same man as he entered.
That's right, and you know, I mean, say Bryan Danielson does advance, he somehow beats TJ Perkins. He oh, look at that, right on the ankle. Now just trying to neutralize the entire right leg of Bryan Danielson. Say Bryan Danielson is somehow able, though, to neutralize TJ Perkins' his cheating or his underhanded tactics. Yep. He goes into a match with either Chris Hero or Scott Lost, you know, with one leg shy. And I mean, that's exactly what we were talking about with Nigel McGuinness. He's got, you know, I mean, he might have some breathing troubles in his match with Loki later on tonight. Chris Hero or Scott Lost might have a huge advantage over Bryan Danielson if Bryan Danielson were to advance to the semifinal round.
What I'm really starting to think here is that the winners of last night's matches went home and they developed a strategy, the best strategy to get them through this night. That's why we're seeing people trying to inflict injury upon their opponents to give themselves an easier time or to give their opponents a harder time later on in the tournament.
Spinning toe hold into a grapevine of the legs. TJ Perkins now has Bryan Danielson all tied up, and he pie-faced him there. He's trying to add some insult to injury, I think. Again, pie-facing Danielson. Maybe TJ Perkins trying to say that that the student is now the master.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that one. As much as the fans hated TJ Perkins at the start of this thing, I think they're really
begrudgingly they're respecting him, and
he's starting to get X-Pac heat.
That's right. TJ Perkins, not a crowd favorite, and you know he used to be a happy-go-lucky guy, but you know, over the last few months, of course, and Guerilla did undergo a transformation, and you know, I think it's a lot of it has to do with the type of music. He's
kind of like Bumblebee,
kind of like, or perhaps like a caterpillar into a butterfly.
Oh, I see. So he's a beautiful character now.
Yeah, well, Bumblebee. You know, he wasn't exactly ugly as a Volkswagen Bug.
No,
he wasn't a Volkswagen. He was a Camaro.
Corvette.
He used to be a Volkswagen.
Camaro, yeah.
Volkswagen. But yeah.
Is that what he was back in the day?
I think so.
I had his toy.
Yeah,
I
I seem to remember because the Camaro seemed new. Because Bumblebee didn't seem to be that cool back in the original animated
No,
series.
they definitely changed that one up.
Uppercut by Danielson.
Just for the sake of merchandise and possibly automobile sales.
Perhaps. And now Danielson firing
back.
Oh, great back elbow reversal by Perkins. Hit him so hard he spun off. And giving the fans the business.
Interacting with the fans in a very, very bad guyish way.
That's right, TJ Perkins. He might have to watch his back after he leaves the ring because he might get jumped.
Definitely, he's being very disrespectful to these fine people, these fine patrons of PWG.
And you can see Bryan Danielson, his knee pad pulled down around his right ankle, and so that knee brace underneath is exposed.
Which also tips us off that Bryan Danielson could have possibly been injured at the knee before this match even started.
A pre-existing condition. What a huge drop kick from Danielson, but at what cost? How much pressure did he exert on that knee to knock Perkins back down onto the canvas?
Yeah, just the pushing force of the leg itself to snap his leg forward put a tremendous amount of pressure on the knee.
And now, sorry to cut you off. Danielson, though, first up to his feet, rocks Perkins with an uppercut. A second one, Perkins, he's trying to escape.
He's rocking and rolling.
That's right. And much like Chuck Berry, not sure where that came from, but a kitchen sink sends Perkins for a loop. Perkins staggering back up to his feet.
The snap there, and oh boy.
Oh, right across the shoulder blades. Now Bryan Danielson, he's got him tied up, but the thing about the Romero special, a lot of pressure is placed on the giver's knees as well. He's got to hold him up, he's got to hold TJ Perkins about 185 pounds, I believe 175 pounds of dead weight over his body.
About 120 pounds of
pure man, and then I believe that's about 55 pounds of emotions.
Yeah. We're going to see if the knees have taken it. The knees are holding up. Bryan Danielson is able to push through the pain to put him in even a more painful submission hold.
Danielson, though, escapes the pinning predicament. TJ Perkins, though, pins Danielson. Oh, double pin.
Yep. Two across the board.
Official Danny Ramirez.
Giving us the official Wolfpack symbol.
That's right. NWO in full effect here. NWO red. Now Bryan Danielson and TJ Perkins' hair, well, maybe not a red color. Is that orange?
Like rust.
Yeah, rust color.
Auburn.
That's a bad choice.
Yeah.
that's the color of hair my elderly aunt wore. My elderly aunt who never married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, think about that.
But there is no rust, no shades of rust in this matchup whatsoever. We've seen great technical displays here today.
But
even from the likes of TJ Perkins,
that's true.
Resorted to some underhanded technique. He has still showed great wrestling technique as well.
Oh! That high roundhouse kick, Mirko Krokop style, as Perkins caught him right on the ear.
That was a reverse Mirko Krokop. He used his right leg.
That's true.
Krokop known for the left high kick.
And now Bryan Danielson, though, you can see he's clutching the side of his face. And, after he dropped hold did TJ Perkins in the corner, or dropped hold held?
Yeah, I was going to say,
I don't know.
Would it be held or hold?
What's the past tense there?
Be held. Drop toe, be held.
In the corner, Bryan Danielson did come up clutching his knee, and I don't think that escaped TJ Perkins. Oh.
Well, you know what they say.
The
beauty is in the eye of the drop toe beholder.
That's true.
Oh, wait, wow.
Going for that front face kick.
I don't know what just happened there.
But TJ Perkins, he did reverse it almost like
pretty good.
Like a dragon screw out of midair. But Perkins monkey flipped
into a double armbar. No.
Into a
triangle submission.
Triangle. He's got TJ Perkins all tied up, and
this is one of Danielson's patented techniques.
And he's dragging him towards the center of the ring. Danielson, great ring awareness, great ring generalship.
All Danielson has to do now, if he can grasp his head, that's all he needs to do, and he will definitely faint. TJ Perkins is a great ring presence. He's alleviating the pressure off his neck, and he's broken the hold completely.
That's right, and now he's
got him back in that submission.
Going for that clover leaf, almost like a clover leaf, but instead he's got that knee of Bryan Danielson, both knees.
It's the no leaf clover.
Just pulled back.
Danielson, I thought
not
Danielson
ready to
just
give
gave
up.
it up. It looked like Danielson wasn't.
TJ Perkins, he's got great position. He's sitting back on Bryan Danielson. He sees the ropes. He sees how close Danielson is, and he's trying to wrench as much or put as much torque on the knees of Bryan Danielson. The fans don't want to see Danielson give up. I believe TJ Perkins might be. Oh, Danielson gets to the ropes. TJ Perkins.
Right as TJ Perkins had gripped into the ground to give himself that power to boost him forward and pull Danielson back to the middle of the ring, that is exactly when Danielson grabbed the ropes. I don't know if you call it luck on Danielson or just poor ring presence by TJ Perkins. He thought he had the match won. It just wasn't close enough.
Waited a fraction of a second too long to try to pull Danielson away.
But the good news for Perkins is that now he has Danielson in a very prone position for whatever he wants to do, and he's going to take full advantage of it right now as we see.
Perkins up to the top rope. 450 splash. I think he kicked him in the face on the way down.
Danielson could be out. He could be out.
Crucifix. 1, 2. No. Look at this.
No, Perkins not.
Perkins, great ring awareness. He knew what was coming.
He scouted this move.
But Danielson brought him into it.
Danielson having to bridge on one leg.
Danielson.
The knee pressure too much. Perhaps that's the opening. That's the opening Perkins needed.
He got his foot on the bottom rope, and it forced Danielson to break the hold. But I think Danielson, he put a little too much wear and tear on his legs with that high bridge, and he might have broke the hold even a second before Perkins got to the rope.
And now I'm really starting to worry about Danielson. If he advances, what condition will he be in?
Scott Lost and Chris Hero. You saw Scott Lost last night for the first time. Yourself, at least. Fans of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla have seen him many times, but I mean, he's no slouch, and neither is Chris Hero. Chris Hero, of course, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla world champion.
Right.
So those are two very tall potential orders for Bryan Danielson later on tonight. And this is by far the longest second round matchup we've seen, and that both men in this match definitely will be paying for that later on. Oh, Perkins escapes out from under Danielson.
Oh my God!
He threw him down to the floor, and Danielson put his feet down.
Down very hard in the concrete.
Sheer self-preservation. Danielson got his feet down.
I'm starting to think that could be it. Perkins wants the count-out victory. He just wants to advance in any way possible. And if Perkins does advance in this manner, it might not be the cleanest, might not be the prettiest victory, but it's a victory nonetheless. And this is a battle of pride right about now. You said this is the longest second round matchup of the day. And you know what? I would not expect any of the other second round matches to go this long, because this is a battle of pride at this point.
TJ Perkins, baseball slide drop kick. He's keeping Danielson on the outside. Danny Ramirez is not restarting the count.
Nope.
I guess because Perkins' body never actually passed underneath or passed through
Is this a hometown decision for them to continue the count? I don't understand what's going on here.
Oh, look at that. Danielson was getting up to it.
Perkins has got the ref. Perkins has got the ref in his pocket. Definitely.
The fans are incensed. Danielson up and over the top of Perkins. Pulls him up, sunset flip. 1, 2, 3. He got him. Bryan Danielson defeats TJ Perkins and advances to the semifinal round.
Unbelievable.
What an incredible victory for Bryan Danielson, who after tonight very well may cement his place as the best in the world.
Definitely. The referee may have been biased towards California's own, but a 3 count's a 3 count, and he had to come down 3. And as we see now, Bryan Danielson moving on to the next round.
And here we have the final second round matchup as Scott Lost got Chris Hero right on the eye with that, I believe it was a jumping knee.
This is what me and Scott Lost talked about. He needed to start strong and stay on Hero if he was going to advance.
Superman spear in the corner, catching Chris Hero unawares. Look at the leg, 2, no! Chris Hero, of course, had a very tough match with Necro Butcher last night, still feeling the effects of that. I know he had a bruised rib. And Scott Lost, of course, wrestled the man to my left, Joey Ryan, his own tag team partner. And is there any ill will between yourself and Scott Lost, Joey?
No, we knew one of us had to win the tournament, so eventually we were going to cross paths if either of us were to win it. So it just happened in the first round.
Might as well have been early. And then the turnbuckle pad just fell off the middle rope on the close left side corner. I'm not sure if that was any of Scott Lost's doing or not, but I know last year, oh, look at that hard elbow shot, just leveled Chris Hero, the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion, who, if you'll notice, he and Nick Jackson, both champions in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, did not come to the ring with their belts on. That's a show of respect by the champions to show that this weekend is entirely about the tournament and that their titles don't play into the proceedings here. And right now, Chris Hero looks like Scott Lost, I don't think even noticed that Chris Hero spit on him, but he did notice that power slam senton combination. But I was going to say, Joey, last year you defeated Chris Hero in the first round of the 2007 Battle of Los Angeles. And
who do you think's been coaching Scott about that?
That's what I was going to ask. Is there knife edge chop? Were you giving Scott any pointers, any ways to beat the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion? Was undoing the middle rope turnbuckle pad, was that your idea? Would you like to take credit for that?
I will take credit for that.
Big elbow shot from Chris Hero, takes Lost off his feet, and now the playing field seems to be leveled.
My idea, was to get Hero disqualified, which is what I did last year.
Yes.
But Scott, he has a little more pride than.
Soulbutt, I think, caught him low. Spinning round kick just rattled Chris Hero. Look at the leg. 2 count only. Now, Joey Ryan, as you were coming out, I asked Kenny Omega this about the status of Nigel McGuinness and his face, which was bloodied by Brandon Bonham, and now he has his semifinal round matchup with Loki later on tonight. Will the effects you think of Nigel's injury will have in that match, and then what effect will Bryan Danielson's injury have, or I guess supposed injury, because TJ Perkins did work over his right knee very heavily in that matchup. What effect do you think that injury will have in the semifinal round match with either Scott Lost or Chris Hero?
Well, I mean, both those injuries. You got wear and tear on your body from a match is one thing, but when you've been hurt, especially, I mean, Nigel's eye is swelling. I saw it in the locker room, and so if he's
not only will his breathing be affected, but his vision as well.
If his eye is closing, you don't want to be one eye against Loki. You don't want to be, any handicap against
you could
Loki.
be blind to seeing those kicks coming.
And, as far as Bryan Danielson goes, he is the best wrestler in the world, but even
with a knee injury, is he the best wrestler in the world?
Well, I guess we're going to have to find that out by the end of the night.
And now Scott Lost backing Chris Hero into the ropes, fires him across the Irish whip, back elbow, rattles Hero and does take him down. Hero, I think, still feeling the effects from his match with Necro Butcher last night. Do you know if Scott was watching that matchup?
Yeah, we were both watching it because we knew that the winner of that would be his second opponent.
Oh! The sternum of Chris Hero just rammed into that the ring apron, the frame, of course, underneath that ring apron. Uppercut from Scott Lost. And
I also hold the win over Necro Butcher.
That's true, you do. During your reign as Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion.
Yeah, what happened to those days?
Scott Lost threads the needle and drop kicks Chris Hero in the side of the head. And you know what? Those days, last night was your opportunity. If you had beaten Scott Lost, you could be well on your way to becoming your second time as Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, having your second reign as Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion.
Well, like I said, me and Scott, when we entered the tournament, we knew that if one of us were to win it, there'd be a good chance we'd come across each other in the tournament. So.
And dueling Let's Go Scott and Let's Go Hero chants. Oh my God! Hard drop kick on the near side of the ring. Chris Hero is extremely dazed by that hard shot from Scott Lost. Now his face rammed into the ring apron.
Now, is the lack of Candice LeRae in this match also out of respect for the tournament?
I think the lack of Candice LeRae is out of respect for her walking pneumonia that she contracted. Oh, Oh, drop kick by Chris Hero. Shades of a young Chris Bosch on Patrick Hernandez in a match I know very well.
Yeah, indeed. Is it the one where you lost your hair?
I think it was. Yeah, it was on that streak.
That's when I used to watch PWG DVDs.
Joey Ryan not showing any respect. Maybe that's why you lost to Scott Lost.
Maybe.
You weren't watching his matches. You figured I know what he does. I'm his tag team partner. I've seen his matches from the ring apron. What better place to see him?
Right.
Front row seat, but a little good that did you.
I'll be a little honest with you. I rarely pay attention during my matches.
Now Scott Lost looks like he's got Chris Hero set up on his knees. Could be going for that soul butt to the face, the big fat kill as he likes to call it. But Chris Hero is he's not out of this yet. But Joey Ryan, I know that you saw that kick coming. Do you remember it landing, or is it just lights out after that?
Actually, it was so fast I didn't see it coming.
Oh, look at that!
I think Scott saw that coming.
Elbow to the top of the head. Chris Hero boots him in the side of the face. Flipping neck breaker, driving Scott Lost down into the canvas. Now Hero kips up to his feet. He seems to be no worse for wear despite the punishment he has endured at the hands of Scott Lost. Now Hero charging into the corner. Big elbow shot. Takes Lost around. And the blockbuster. The buff blockbuster by Chris Hero. He used it to great effect on Necro Butcher last night. Through the table. There was no table in place for him to go through on Scott Lost, but still a very effective maneuver nonetheless.
Is that Buff Bagwell's legacy now?
I believe so. That and the Judy Bagwell in a pole match.
Yes.
And actually, out of the corner of my eye, not to bring the focus away from this match, I do see Nigel McGuinness returning from the concession area with a big bag of ice placed over his face, trying to keep the swelling down for his matchup later on with Loki. So I mean, that is definitely something to keep in mind. And that could big thrust kick, super kick from Scott Lost, hook of the leg, 2 count. Scott Lost very nearly had the champion pinned and defeated, but Chris Hero kicked out at 2. Now, if Scott Lost were to win this match against Chris Hero, but lose in his next round matchup against Bryan Danielson, as part of the championship committee with Dino Winwood, spear and rolls him up. 2. No, but Scott Lost comes out of it and trying for that Scorpion Deathlock, the sharpshooter, as he likes to call it, but Chris Hero had it well scouted, avoided his sunset flip. Chris Hero, though, rolls through to his feet, pulls the legs of Scott Lost. Scott Lost up to his feet. Oh, he just smoked him with that kick.
Yeah, I don't think Scott saw that one coming either.
But, I mean, that defeating the champion but losing the tournament still has to be a big victory for Scott Lost, because that would put him as the possible number 1 possible. Oh!
Come on, Scott, stay focused.
Scott Lost went to get his boot up, but Chris Hero had it. Great running Liger bomb. 1, 2. No, 2 count only as Scott Lost kicks out.
You'll excuse me for my biased commentary.
That's quite all right, Joey Ryan. I would not expect anything less from you. But I mean, would Scott Lost be satisfied with being the number 2 contender to the title after this weekend?
I guess you're right. If he does get the win over Chris Hero, that would put him in line.
I mean, granted, the man that wins this tournament could choose to have a shot at the tag titles at the Young Bucks, but more often than not, that title shot is used. Oh, Scott Lost reversing it, Keiji Muto and Shinya Hashimoto style. The knee to the crown of the head. Oh, Scott Lost reverses the rolling elbow, and here we see the suicide over the top rope. Scott Lost over the top rope, both men crashing out onto the outside. And Joey Ryan, you know Scott Lost so well. Why does he continue to do that?
Well, he puts his body on the line. That's true, but also the effect it has on the other person's upside down going over the top rope. And I know that Scott has practiced that move, and he knows how to guide himself onto his feet to have less punishment.
Practice that move? You mean was he shooting SL TV? Scott Lost TV when he was practicing doing that move?
I think by practicing it, I meant watching tapes of Bret Hart and Hakushi doing it.
Wow.
I almost said Bret Hart and Yakuza.
Mean Gene, Yakuza Machine. But now Scott Lost. Oh! Ace Crusher on the outside. Chris Hero's face was just driven into the exposed concrete, and Rick Knox is checking on the champion to see if he is conscious. Scott Lost once again putting his body on the line. Oh my God, I have never seen Scott Loss do anything like that before, but that just goes to show you how much that this tournament means to the professional Scott Loss. Joey, get out the traps. We've got an infestation of rats here.
Wow. And the fans at home won't know what we're talking about.
But it's just important that you and I do.
Yes.
Scott Loss
first to his feet, obviously.
But you can still, he's wincing, visibly wincing and holding his head. I'm not sure how he landed off that ace crush.
Count out is a victory.
That's what TJ Perkins was going for. And Scott Loss maybe taking a page out of the Perkins playbook. 14 count, I believe. 15, senior official Rick Knox. 17.
Oh, count Knox, count.
18.
Count Knox.
19. Oh, Chris Hero dives in. Scott Loss just wrenches him up. Body slams him down.
You got him, Scott.
Could be going for that elbow drop off the top, that high elevation elbow drop.
Space.
He comes down and found its mark. Hook at the leg, deep cover. 2, go! Very nearly a 3.
Stay on him, Scott.
Scott Loss picking up Hero. Drops him down with that.
Give it to him.
Oh, here we see the big fat kill. No, Chris Hero counters it. Oh my God, Joey Ryan, he just killed Scott Loss. Oh, just drove him down, and now,
come on, Scott,
into the hangman's clutch.
Fight it, Scott. Get to the rope.
Scott Loss taps out, and that is it. Chris Hero advances to face Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, in the semifinals of the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles. Kick off the semifinal round of the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles, and Rick Knox, this is a hell of a matchup.
Absolutely, we are down to the final 4 here in the Battle of Los Angeles in 2008. This is what I'm looking forward to. These guys are just going to go at it 100 miles an hour, I bet.
You know, Nigel McGuinness in his hard-fought quarterfinal round contest with Brandon Bonham, you can see the effects of that contest written all over his face.
He's still sporting that.
He's got a mouse underneath his eye. His nose was bloodied. You know, we were talking about earlier. Could the breathing be restricted? Could the vision be restricted? And now is when you will tell. Nigel McGuinness, when he came to the ring, he looked like he was all business. I mentioned to Knox, he might as well be wearing a suit, have a briefcase, and have a cup of coffee with him, because I mean that's how serious he looked. And Loki, though, no less serious. Loki always serious.
Oh yeah, always. And you know, from Nigel's perspective, he's got to try to end this thing quick. You know, he's going in there hurt now, and it's definitely going to affect his game plan. He's got to think on his feet here and protect that whole side of his face.
I think what we're seeing now is Loki trying to get on Nigel's bad side. He's trying, not his metaphorical bad side, but I mean, his actual bad side. He's trying to keep out of Nigel's field of vision, which is definitely going to be his most effective strategy. You can see Nigel, though, really wrenching on the neck and arm of Loki, just pulling him back up off the canvas like that, while the rest of Loki's body is on the ground. But you know, if Loki were to throw a high right hand kick to Nigel's left side, there's a better than not chance that Nigel would never see it coming.
Yeah, I mean, look at Nigel now. He's protecting that side. He's turning away, keeping that eye out of the ring, basically. I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep this up.
And you know, there is referee's discretion in the matches. You know just as well as anybody. And if Nigel's injury is bad enough, if he does lose enough blood, if it were to come to that, referee Danny Martinez could he could call the match.
Absolutely.
Could say that Nigel's health was in jeopardy.
Sure, and I don't think anyone would blame him. Maybe Nigel would, but you know what? You gotta think about what's the greater good here. We don't want to see a career ended here. We don't want to see Nigel get hurt and put out for months. But on the same token, he wants to win this thing. This isn't a game. He wants to win the 2008 Los Angeles.
That's right. And oh, look at this, going for the dragon clutch. But Nigel immediately knew it was coming. And Nigel, I think he's 6'4", 6'5", and so very easily made it his way over to the ropes. But you could see, as Loki was applying that dragon clutch, he did, even if he didn't intentionally mean to, he did rub his elbow over Nigel's left eye.
A lot of those holds that Loki will administer are going to put his forearm right up against that eye. So Nigel's really got to be on his feet here.
And with Nigel fighting at I don't want to say 50% vision. I'm not sure how bad his eye really is. Do you think we could see Nigel try to cut any corners?
You know what? I hate to say it, but if he's smart, that's the way he's going to go.
Nigel avoids Loki's chop and hits him with an uppercut. And you can still see, either trying to walk off that eye injury or just...
I think he's bleeding again from the nose. He might have a broken nose out there.
Brandon Bonham's dropkick was indeed for Nigel McGuinness. But right now, Loki is the one that's in trouble in this matchup.
I tell you, Nigel has a tremendous height advantage over Loki, but this is really an any man battle. It can go either way.
That's right. We were talking about earlier during the Loki Masato Yoshino match. Nigel has speed, power, agility, hard hitting, and he is almost the complete package. And he has incredible strategic mind for wrestling too.
Well, that's one of the reasons he's considered one of the top 5 wrestlers in the world right now.
That's right, and Nigel McGuinness right up there with him. I mean, what he lacks in Loki's speed, he does make up for in. Look at that, Nigel's not even trying to block his kicks. I don't think he can see them coming.
Yeah, I don't think so either. This can get ugly real quick.
And Loki with the sleeper on the ground on Nigel, just trying to cut off the blood flow to his brain.
If anything, this shows how critical your vision is in a match like this. I mean, you might think he's got 2 arms that are working, 2 legs that are working, but you take out an eye and you're dealing with half of their sensory intake there.
That's right, and it's incredible what a difference this makes. I think if we were to see a matchup between a completely healthy Nigel McGuinness and a completely healthy Loki, it would be very different from what you're seeing now. But Loki just stomped Nigel McGuinness on the eye, and Rick Knox.
We talk about Nigel maybe taking some shortcuts here, but Loki showing why he is the seasoned veteran there. He's taking advantage of the situation that's put in front of him. You can't blame him.
Things could get ugly very quickly, and Nigel. I think not only does that serve to injure Nigel, but that could just serve to piss off Nigel McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness, good point, is one man I would not want upset at me.
Yeah, good point.
That is just an ugly eye injury, and Loki pulling back on the chin.
He's rubbing his chin on it.
Loki using his whole face, and after Chris Hero's match, look at this Nigel there. We see the shortcuts at the start of it.
To do. I can't blame him at this point. He's basically fighting. Oh, come on.
Just twisting, digging into Nigel's face. And the fans not appreciative of at all of what Loki is doing to Nigel.
I keep going back to Loki's success. He's a former PWG champion. He's had tremendous success all over the world. That's why. Oh my!
Just knocked Loki all the way across the ring with that chop to the throat, Tracy Smothers style.
And here we go with the chops.
Oh, these 2 men. Rick Knox, I don't think there's anything we could say that could do justice to this.
There really isn't. You just sit back and watch. Oh my!
Jawbreaker's lariat! He just killed Loki. Rick Knox. Very quickly, this has gotten serious.
I tell you what, Excalibur, Nigel's got to take advantage of this right now. He's on top. He's only got a few moments. He's got to take advantage of it. He can't last much longer in this state.
I was about to say, after the last match with Scott Loss, Chris Hero said 2 more matches left.
Oh no!
Big stomp to the chest. Chris Hero said there's 2 more matches left until he wins the Battle of Los Angeles. Nigel McGuinness potentially has 2 more matches left, but at what cost? What's going to happen after? Gamangiri off the middle rope,
and he's going for that eye. Every one of those shots is going to that side of the head.
If Nigel McGuinness were to win this match, what would Bryan Danielson or Chris Hero have to contend with? They would be almost completely blind Nigel McGuinness, and a wounded Nigel McGuinness is still a Nigel McGuinness.
Right.
That's so true.
And of course,
Here they go into the chairs.
Bryan Danielson and TJ Perkins had a very hard-fought contest, and Danielson did suffer a little bit of injury to his right knee, and so that could very well play a factor in his matchup with Chris Hero. So we could potentially see a Battle of Los Angeles final match. Oh, look at this. Nigel picked up a chair.
Monchichi's got to get up.
Oh, Nigel hit him with a hard elbow. And Loki, after taking that elbow shot, is staggering around the ring. Nigel coming in underneath the bottom rope. Loki, though, right on top of him, stomps him in the chest to keep Nigel from getting up to his feet and to keep him from holding on to that advantage. Oh, Loki diving into the corner. Nigel coming up full head of steam. Uppercut just rattles Loki.
Those European uppercuts are rough as they are, but can you imagine one coming from all the way on the other side of the ring?
With that added momentum that bouncing off that middle rope gives you.
Absolutely.
And Nigel going for the Tower of London, but Loki is holding on.
Wow.
What incredible strength! He is just holding on to Nigel McGuinness in that dragon clutch. And now Nigel with both feet on the ground. He's grabbing for the ropes. Danny didn't see it.
He's right in position to see if he taps, but he should have made him break. What happened? Oh, no.
I think Nigel inadvertently thumbed Danny in the eyes. Loki broke the hold.
The referee's been blinded. I don't think Nigel meant to do that.
Unintentional blinding by going for the key crusher here on the chair, perhaps.
That chair's in the ring. Monchichi needs to see that that's in there.
Nigel. Loki. Now he's got him on the ropes, all tied up.
Again,
just cranking back. Cranking back on Nigel's neck, but Nigel, he pulls him up. He sees the chair underneath him. The Tower of London on the chair. He just crushed.
Oh no! We're getting a disqualification because of the chair.
Wow! What a controversial decision.
You know what? I can't blame the referee there. He saw what he saw, which was a move being administered on the chair, and it looked intentional. What are you going to do?
Wow, Nigel McGuinness.
I feel bad for him.
He saw the chair at his disposal, but wow, the Tower of London on the chair ends Nigel McGuinness' tournament. It advances Loki to the final round, but after taking that Tower of London on the chair, at what condition will he be in, Rick Knox?
I don't know, Excalibur, but I tell you,
he's not even back up to his feet.
No, he's not. But there's one of your finalists right there. Excalibur, I gotta go. Get ready for the next match.
Thank you very much, Rick Knox.
Thank you.
Winwood, what a semifinal match we have. The winner of this matchup between Bryan Danielson and Chris Hero will go on to face Loki. And you know, as members of the upper management of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, we have to talk about this. Rick Knox and I touched on this. When you are in there for a match, the referee has full discretion in there, and he has the backing of the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla upper management because he was put in there by the upper management. And so, you know, I mean, we said if Nigel was too injured to continue, if he was losing too much blood, the ref could call the match. And then in this case, with the chair in the ring, Danny Martinez saw the Tower of London on the chair, and he called for the disqualification of Nigel McGuinness.
And as much as much as a disapproval of fans, we're going to have to agree with that because a weapon was used.
That's right, and the junior officials here in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla making some controversial calls at first. On night one, Chuck Taylor had his decision reversed after defeating T.J. Perkins when Aaron Hassan saw that he had used a foreign object on Chuck Taylor, and now with Nigel McGuinness being disqualified for using the chair on Low-Key. I mean, of course, it wasn't a no disqualification matchup. So I mean, Danny Martinez, within the letter of the law, did make the correct decision. Unfortunately, an unsatisfactory decision, but nonetheless, we have an incredible matchup here between Bryan Danielson and Chris Hero, two of the best in the world, two of the best in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, in fact, the best in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, world champion Chris Hero, and Bryan Danielson, who is operating with an injured right knee after his long and protracted match with T.J. Perkins. Perkins put a lot of punishment on that knee of Bryan Danielson, but Danielson not really showing any ill effects so far in the match. Oh, look at this, Chris Hero reversing, and holds on to the straitjacket, and now straitjacket Campbell clutch on Bryan Danielson. Hero is perilously close to the ropes, but Danielson's hands are tied up in that straitjacket. Oh, but Danielson escapes from it, breaks one hand free, then the other.
You gotta give it to Danielson, showing great confidence, though. I mean, you say right now, showing not so many effects in the knee, but I think it's just a matter of him telling himself, no, I can do this.
That's right.
All the way.
I mean, he was limping to the ring, but Chris Hero was backstage, didn't see that, didn't see the limp out to the ring, and so and maybe try not to show any weakness directly to Chris Hero, putting on a strong face, as it were, and not giving Chris Hero any clues as to how Bryan Danielson's physical condition actually is. But I think as this match continues, time will only show really how hurt Bryan Danielson is.
On that, Hero trying to wrench in on that arm, taking out kind of a diagonal, or I in fact what knee was hurt.
It was the right knee. Oh, but Danielson bridged to escape, but is a very quick bridge, not putting any more pressure than he has to on that knee before he rolled through and countered the maneuver on Chris Hero. Now, these two men, if there were no time limit, and they could counter each other for days with their knowledge of professional wrestling. So, I mean, there is a 60-minute time limit. They have to keep that in mind.
Plus, there's extra fees if they stay here.
That's right, past midnight. And but you can see Bryan Danielson. He's got Chris Hero's arms down on the canvas. Oh! That was a vicious stomp.
Oh, Hero's mad.
Hero is enraged by Bryan Danielson, and of course, Hero, the rolling elbow, one of his most effective attacks is Chris Hero's, and by neutralizing that right elbow of Chris Hero, Bryan Danielson might have leveled the playing field in this matchup.
And that Hero, if any major damage is done to that elbow, he will not be able to put up as much force as he does with his spinning elbows.
The elbows and the hangman's clutch, he's used it to defeat both Scott Lost and Necro Butcher. A big knife edge chop from Hero. Double leg takedown, takes Danielson out, drags him to the center of the ring. Oh, just like DDT the foot of Bryan Danielson. You can see Danielson clutching that right leg, and now Hero. Oh, I think Hero's going to try to wrestle this match without attacking the right knee of Bryan Danielson. But as soon as Danielson went for that elbow of Chris Hero, as soon as he went to neutralize the hangman's clutch, Chris Hero said, "Take no prisoners."
Well, it's like putting a fair fight, and then all of a sudden someone pulls out a knife.
That's right. You thought it was going to be a fist fight, but instead, Bryan Danielson pulled out the knife. Look at that. Bryan Danielson using the power and those massive thighs of his to reverse Chris Hero's Romero special.
And some mention thighs.
Going for the STF or perhaps the hangman's clutch. His back is facing to us on the hard cam side, so we don't know for certain. But nonetheless, Chris Hero, we can see he's got that right knee of Bryan Danielson all tied up. Oh, now he's going for the hangman's clutch, but Danielson avoiding it, and could be in part to the stomping that Chris Hero's elbow received.
The fans showing their split decision on who they would want to see go to the finals against Low-Key. As you can hear, the Let's Go Hero, Let's Go Dragon.
This is definitely not a McCain Obama crowd.
Wow.
They are partisans completely down the middle. Both men receiving equal support from the crowd. And
that's basically the I like Ike of our generation.
That's right. Not Ike Turner either.
Nope.
But he
was loved.
That's right.
Not liked.
This. I just like to say, by the time this DVD comes out, You know, I hope that Barry O is in the office. That he liked to go play hoop, and hopefully he's playing hoop on the grounds of the White House come January.
You heard Hero there taking it to the courts right here.
He's really stretching out that knee of Bryan Danielson. He's got Hero's full weight pressing down on him, so it could very well. Oh, look at this. Bryan Danielson reverses, now putting the pressure back on Chris Hero. This is almost like the Ric Flair figure 4 leg lock reversal. Bryan Danielson turning the tide. Well, I mean, not in a literal sense, but it's just how Ric Flair would have it reversed on him.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay.
It's people who don't really watch a little bit past or the 90s if they go back in time.
Oh, look at that. Chris Hero stomping the inner thigh of inner meaty thigh.
God.
Bryan Danielson thighs, of course, the other white meat. And perhaps the whitest meat of all.
Not as muscular as Little Guido's.
That's true.
We're on the subject of thighs here, Peter Feature.
Oh! Just dropping down. Well, I mean, technically the breasts are the white meat,
God.
but, you know. Lord knows there's been enough breast talk on the PWG DVDs. Well, look at this. Chris Hero laying into the knee of Bryan Danielson. He's pushing the left knee away from the right knee as he pulls back on the right knee. So really, oh, look at this. Bryan Danielson, though, countering it. He's pulling Chris Hero down. He's got he's got Chris Hero's left leg grapevine, and he's got his wrist trapped around. Oh, look at this, though. Chris Hero back up to a vertical base. He's got Danielson. Danielson trying to get up. He's slapping him in the face. Oh, Danielson jumped up to deliver an elbow, but Chris Hero being brought down to the canvas by Bryan Danielson.
Do not slap a dragon and expect it to stay down.
Expect not to get burned.
Indeed.
This dragon breathes fire, baby.
Rain of fire. Christian.
That's right. All right, indeed. Bryan Danielson slaps Hero in the face. I believe he cuffed him on the ear, but Hero
Cuffed him in the jaw.
he cuffed him in the jaw with that elbow shot, knocked Danielson down. Hook of the leg, 2 count. Danielson able to kick out.
Going back to what you said, as we saw earlier, I mean, if we didn't have a time limit and extra day fees, these two could go on for days reversing each other's moves.
Well, you know, I mean, Low-Key is no slouch either. And in a matchup, either of these men, technical slouch, I mean, technical wrestling slouch, in a matchup of either of these two men, the final round match has no time limit. So technically, we could be facing a conclusion sometime tomorrow situation.
Oh, man.
Oh, look at this. Danielson brought into the corner by Hero, but Danielson hit a palm thrust, or excuse me, not a palm thrust. I guess it was an upward slap, which is also known as a palm thrust.
Either way, same result.
Drop kick. He got Hero on the jaw, knocked Hero off the top, and then the missile drop kick knocked Hero all the way back to the 4th and 5th row.
Danielson's got that crazy look in his eye.
He is a man possessed.
Here we go, baby.
And now Danielson, springboard crossbody.
Very, very impactful, very great results on the power of Danielson, but keep in mind, that's pretty high up from just standing in the ring. He possibly landed on that knee, still limping as you can see.
Bryan Danielson, the springboard crossbody to the outside. I believe he would consider that a triumph, Dino Winwood. I'm making a note here.
Yes.
Great success. The flying crossbody off the top.
But getting great success since like the beginning of time. Like I never was wrestling today.
Springboard crossbody followed up by the jump, the top rope drop kick. Danielson, a one-footed kip up, running. Gary, the kick to the face. Look at the leg. 2. No, Chris Hero kicks out at 2.
Danielson going for the cattle mutilation.
The blood is in the water. Bryan Danielson smells it, and Chris Hero is the chum.
Wow. Best chum in the world.
And now Danielson, though, reverses into a pinning predicament. Chris Hero, you can see he was bicycling those legs, trying to work up the momentum, and just in the nick of time, it was about a 2.8 count before Chris Hero was able to kick out.
Now Hero's got a hold of that leg. This could spell bad news.
Danielson up and over. And that was not a dragon screw, that was a dragon flip. Single leg giant swing!
Cannot feel good at all.
Look at that, the single leg giant swing. He flips over the legs. And now, much like TJ Perkins,
this could be it.
He's got the legs tied up, except Chris Hero. He winds his hands through for the added emphasis. And now this cloverleaf maneuver for Chris Hero.
Squeezing the legs.
He is just wrenching back. Danielson not ready to give up.
He's not able to move, man. I am not seeing him scooch one bit.
The fans are behind Danielson, but Danielson, I mean, he is in tremendous physical pain, and he is putting his not only the match, the tournament on the line. He's putting his livelihood on the line. Oh, Bryan Danielson. Chris Hero, though, held on for those extra couple of seconds just to inflict the maximum amount of punishment on Danielson, allowable by law. Which we saw in the last match, the referee's taking a no-nonsense approach to this tournament, and so Chris Hero didn't want to try his luck and tempt fate with the 5 count from Rick Knox.
Sure, no guff on that. And even though Danielson was able to make it to those ropes, I mean, keep in mind, there's going to be plenty of other opportunities for Hero to slap on a submission. And even though Danielson calls himself a dragon, he is still a human being. I do not see any scales on his skin.
That's true. And after that, the Mexican-style body slam. Oh! Right on the fork. Bryan Danielson caught Chris Hero unawares as Chris Hero turned his back on the top rope. Now Danielson's got him up.
Up high!
Back suplex off the top rope, Dino Winwood. Impact. 1, 2, no! Chris Hero kicks out, but he got rolled right into those deadly elbows by Bryan Daniel. No!
Son.
Oh, but
now he's going for it.
He transitioned into the cattle mutilation. He's got that high bridge applied, but how long can he hold it, Dino Winwood? How long can he keep himself in that bridge, especially with Chris Hero writhing underneath him?
Keep in mind, Hero has a way to get to those ropes. No matter how tall he is, you're going to have to scoot a bit to get your foot on those ropes.
Chris Hero, you can see he's rolling his shoulders, trying to escape out of it, and he does bring Danielson. Oh, but Danielson converts right into the cattle mutilation, but Chris Hero gets to the ropes. Bryan Danielson holding on, breaks at the 4 count again. I mean, he got a little closer than Hero did, but still not wanting to tempt fate, not wanting to allow Rick Knox to give him that extra half second to break off the submission hold when his opponent was on the ropes.
He's got till 5.
He does have till 5, but didn't even waste time to remind Rick Knox of that. It just goes to show how serious Bryan Danielson is about winning this matchup and about facing Loki in the finals. The man who defeated Bryan Danielson for his PWG World Championship to start out the year at All-Star Weekend 6.
Now
Danielson working over those ribs that were injured by Necro Butcher last night. Oh my God! He just smoked Chris here. Oh! Rolling elbow to the knee. Bryan Danielson is almost hobbled here.
Could be going for the roaring. Oh! Danielson beat him to it.
He just cracked him with that. Danielson went for the kick. Oh! Shades of Jinsei Shinzaki. The reverse dragon screw. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. You'll have to excuse me, folks.
Write down dragon screw. Say it backwards.
But now the big elbow knocks Danielson down. 2. No. Danielson kicks out at 2. Hero's got him. The right leg isolated and repeatedly driving it into the canvas. Hero ties him up. The hangman's clutch in the center of the ring.
Could be it.
Danielson, he sees where the ropes are, but he's got to know. He's in the center of the ring. Hero cranking back on Danielson.
Look at the muscles stretching in that thigh.
But look how far back Danielson's neck is being cranked. Bryan Danielson taps out, and we have the finals of the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles. Chris Hero taking on Loki.
What a finale it's going to be, people.
Scott lost. What a matchup we have. We have seen some unique matchups at the Battle of Los Angeles in years past, but this far surpasses anything we have ever seen.
And that's saying a lot here at BWG. This match looks insane.
It is a 9-man tag team match. We have Team Serious, we'll call them. Roderick Strong, Austin Aries, and Davey Richards versus Team Goofy, Kenny Omega, Chuck Taylor, and your tag team partner and good friend Joey Ryan versus Team What the F.
Team What the F.
Nick Buck, Nick Jackson, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Tag Team Champion, El Generico, the man who he faced last night, but still a man he considers to be his good friend, and the What the F part, yeah, Necro Butcher.
It almost all made sense.
The thing is, if it were Nick Jackson, El Generico, and say Matt Jackson, I would say that they might be at a disadvantage in this matchup.
Really?
Well, I mean, you think about it because...
Well, the Young Bucks as a tag team bring something more to the table because they're cohesive units.
That is true. They are. I mean, they are an incredible unit. But the thing is, Joey and Chuck Taylor, two very, very devious individuals, and Kenny Omega. I mean, he was the unknown until last night, and fans saw Omega. They were incredibly impressed by him, and so I mean, he brings a lot to the table as well. And Davey Richards, Austin Aries, and Roderick Strong.
Oh my!
They are.
Necro Butcher just blindsided the ref. I don't even know if he meant to do that.
Well, here's the thing, Scott Lawson. Necro Butcher, you've seen him walk around backstage. Wears glasses. When he's in the ring, does not wear contacts. So his two partners very well may be in jeopardy in this matchup. Necro Butcher might not recognize them, might not even remember who his partners are, and he could be swinging for the fences on everybody.
There's a good chance that he's going to punch everyone in this match, including that ref,
and including everybody in the crowd as well.
It's a good possibility.
Necro Butcher. I think even Necro Butcher was pissed about the Nigel McGuinness low-key decision.
He was very upset. I was in the back near the guy, close enough to where I could hear him, not too close where I could get punched. And he was pretty upset over it.
Well, the thing is, Necro Butcher, when he competes, they are Necro Butcher rules matches. They are, essentially no disqualification matches. And Necro, I think he's been doing Necro Butcher rules matches for so long. He thinks every match is a Necro Butcher rules match. And so
he just got it in his mind.
And so maybe he thought that Nigel McGuinness did nothing wrong by giving Low-Key the Tower of London on the chair. But unfortunately for him, he did. And unfortunately for Necro Butcher, he's going to have to take it up with the tournament committee. But Kenny Omega in the short trunks and Davey Richards in the long blue trunks, also known to the fans at ringside as Oompa Loompa. But as he confirmed, the tallest man in the room is Davey Richards.
Going back to that.
Going to his perch, way up high. Eagle's nest.
Going back to Kenny Omega, he actually gained so much popularity. A fan out here actually made a toy of him, like a doll.
That's right, a papier-mâché doll.
A Kid Icarus-like
And now
doll.
Chuck Taylor helping Kenny Omega to get to the top. Kenny Omega up on the top, and he is just soaking in it, Scott Lost.
Bathing, if you will.
Kenny Omega, look at
little butt tap.
I mean, not only is he a fan favorite, he is a physical specimen. You look at him. I mean, he is in great shape. And I mean, that's speaking with. I mean, like I see 8 guys in this ring that are in phenomenal shape. And
8. Oh, yep.
No, Necro is in the match.
He's in shape.
I was at karaoke last night with Necro Butcher. He was drinking. He had his share of grapefruit juice and Tanquerays. I think he had about 10 of them. And
so he's drinking light then.
That's right. And he knew he had this big 9-man matchup today, so he wanted to take it seriously. Davey Richards and Kenny Omega.
That's just a ball of man flesh right there. I don't think Kenny knew what just happened.
Kenny Omega, he was out here doing commentary during the Bryan Danielson TJ Perkins matchup, and he admitted to me that he does not want to go, or if he was wrestling Bryan Danielson, it would not be his strategy to go on the ground with Bryan Danielson, try to match him hold for hold. And Davey Richards is an incredible technician on the ground. And
as the years have gone by, Davey's improved his ground game.
He is coming to his own, and so I think Kenny Omega doesn't want to match up with Davey Richards on the ground either.
Yeah, I guess he hasn't done his homework too well because he tried.
Omega, of course, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. A relatively young man, I believe 25 years of age, but he's been wrestling for, I believe, about 7 years. And Omega has, he's proven a lot in his career. Had a great series of matches in the DDT promotion in Japan, and and now he's here in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, wants to make a name for himself on the West Coast in Southern California, and he did a great job of starting of laying the seeds for that last night. And a victory here for himself and his team could go a great way to I guess reinforcing that reputation that he started earning last night. Thank you. Now, Scott lost. Personal allegiances aside, wow, look at this. Davey Richards putting on a clinic. Kenny Omega almost landed on his feet, but I believe that stumble might have cost him. Well, I thought it had cost him as he was fell victim to a side headlock by Davey Richards, but he's got Davey Richards on top here. He's got a head scissors on Davey Richards. But personal allegiances aside, who is your favorite team in this matchup? This is not an elimination match, it's a single fall. Davey Richards.
Oh, that's a tough call for me.
Run for a loop and knocked over the top by Kenny Omega. Great agility by Omega.
Out on the side there.
Kenny Omega building up a full head of steam.
Tag.
Blind tag by Nick Jackson. Oh!
My goodness.
Roderick Strong.
Decapitated by Roderick Strong.
Leg lariat and chop.
Laying into leather.
Nick Buck is on the receiving end of 2 consecutive knife-edge chops.
Oh,
so much of
my
the midsection. Yeah. Hurricanrana takes him down. Head style Hurricanrana. Now sending him into the corner. Joey Ryan
wants no part of it.
Chuck Taylor get clear of it as Nick Jackson goes over the top. Takes Roderick's legs out from under him. Goes back. No, not into the prawn hole.
Great counter.
Yeah, Roderick Strong, great presence of mind. And Roderick Strong, a technician in his own right, is able to match up Nick Buck, hold for hold, Nick Jackson, excuse me. Goes through a 3/4 roll. Goes through, but Nick Jackson takes him down. Beautifully executed arm drag. Roderick Strong, he got thrown into Nick Jackson's corner. Now El Generico and Roderick Strong, 2 men that are no. Wow. Overhand chop tag to Chuck Taylor.
Crap. That Cheeto did not go down smooth.
Chuck Taylor, you can see the redness already developing on his chest as Taylor and Generico now get into the ring to face off for the first time. Oh, would you look at that? Chuck Taylor asking Generico what he thinks about that. Generico, I don't know, I'm not sure Generico understood him.
Most likely.
But El Generico does understand the universal language of wrestling, backing Taylor into the ropes. Taylor, clean break by Generico.
Good sportsmanship shown by Generico.
Incredible sportsmanship by Generico. Generico, of course, hoped to use the winning the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles his visit to the pay window to reopen his orphanage in Mexico, which actually had to close down after Generico lost Chuck Taylor, not a clean break there. Hit him with a hell stab to the throat. But, Generico's orphanage closed down after Generico lost the World Tag Team title and the World Championship. And so Generico's hoping to use this trip to the pay window to open up that orphanage. And, while a win here might not open up, he goes for the soul food. But Generico had it scouted, burst into an arm drag. Generico.
He wants that hand.
Generico played into it, and Chuck Taylor asking for a shake of the hand. Father Guido Sarducci couldn't have done it better. He crosses himself, says, "It's the God's honest truth. I will." Oh, another hell stab to the throat by Chuck Taylor.
Oldest trick in the book. Generico is not a smart individual.
Maybe that's why Generico's orphanage closed down.
This is great back information on Generico, by the way. This is
drop kick to the back of the head. Yeah, well, I mean, he would receive a bill every month, and it said $20,000. Well, it said $20,000 for beans. And I don't know if you've been to Mexico lately, but they eat a lot of beans, and beans come pretty cheap in Mexico. So $20,000 could probably feed the entire population of Mexico for about 3 years on beans. And but Generico is paying that every month. Now, that's why his orphanage closed down. Costs ran high. Now Austin Aries and Joey Ryan
attempting to put his foot up there, unable to. Joey has mad skills when it comes to putting the leg.
Aries and Ryan in the ring. Is this the first time they've squared off?
As far as I know, yes. Actually, I believe it is.
Is this the first time any of these men involved have been in a 9-man single elimination tag team match?
Oh shoot, that's a tough call.
I would
a lot of these guys have been to Dragon Gate, so who knows?
That's true, but
who knows what goes on over there?
Now side headlock by Joey Ryan, wrenching the neck of Austin Aries. Aries takes him down. Joey caught by surprise by that.
Also epic as a cat.
Oh, Davey Richards undoing the bandana of Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan wearing that bandana in his child in the honor of his childhood puppy Scout. he would often put a bandana around the neck until
I don't even know if that's true.
one day Scout ran away and was never seen from again. Joey Ryan's mom, of course, told him that Scout had went to a better place, and that better place was the Temple City Pound.
Legitimately, he takes about 20 minutes folding and refolding that bandana before every show.
It just goes to show you how much he loves Scout, that he's willing to put that much time into honoring Scout.
It's going a little island theme right now.
That's right. Last time we saw tribal gear like that, I believe it was a Sumo Joe match.
Sumo Joe?
Sumo Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Now Joey Ryan and Austin Aries. Joey Ryan, he was almost exposed there for a second as his waist gear came loose.
Taylor just put something down his pants. Might have been
the foreign object from last night that he used to knock out T.J. Perkins.
That's okay. Who doesn't want to knock T.J. Perkins out with a foreign object once in a while?
T.J. Perkins did not win many fans for himself after his disrespect and his ill treatment of Bryan Danielson. Now Austin Aries asking for the. Oh, look at this Generico. Austin Aries out of nowhere.
Bravo.
Generico playing a dirty trick on Joey Ryan. Oh, the Necro Butcher just slapped him in the back of the head. Scott lost. How many 9-man matches have you commentated on before?
Actually, this is my first match ever commentating, believe it or not.
Really?
Yes.
You're natural. I'm surprised.
Feels good. Feels good to be out here.
I'd like to get you in here more.
That'd be cool. Enjoy it.
And,
Nick Buck. Seriously up there.
Yeah, no,
I think he's intimidated by Necro Butcher just being next to him.
Who wouldn't be?
He could, who knows his state of mind right now? If he's intoxicated or not, he could just receive a straight punch.
I mean, he might not even see it. He might just forget. He might look away, not recognize the man that's on the corner with him. Oh, look at this.
Wow, Austin Aries, so fast.
He is playing games with Joey Ryan. He's toying with him.
Next to myself, he's one of the quickest men wrestling I've ever seen.
And, there are a lot of incredibly fast wrestlers on. Oh, Joey Ryan's bandana is thrown into the crowd. I believe it touched the head of the fan. He will have to burn off all of his hair.
He's got a little crotch sweat on his head now.
Oh, wow. This bandana, this is really a foreign object. Oh! Look at this. Danny Martinez getting some ill treatment at the hands of Austin Aries and Joey Ryan's bandana.
That ref might just receive a punch to the mouth before the night's over.
And from the fans, from Nigel McGuinness, Nigel McGuinness, he was unhappy after having his eye all swollen up by Bryan Bonham. One can only imagine how unhappy he is after having that decision rendered by Danny Martinez.
Very unhappy.
Yeah, and we saw actually to turn our attention to the finals a little bit while this match is getting underway. This match has been going on for 20 minutes, but it's just getting underway right now, actually. But
big tackle by
Joey Ryan
touching
the
place where the hair used to be.
That's right. Joey Ryan side headlock takes down Aries. Aries though transitions beautifully into a head scissors.
Joey trying to make his way free here.
Chris Hero has won all of his matches via Hangman's Clutch. He defeated you, of course, defeated Bryan Danielson via Hangman's Clutch, defeated Necro Butcher last night via Hangman's Clutch. Necro Butcher, Bryan Danielson, and yourself are among the toughest wrestlers I know.
Oh,
and I mean it wholeheartedly. Austin Aries. What is this, Joey Ryan?
Come on, Joey.
Joey Ryan feeling a bit of peer pressure.
Come on, you're gonna break your neck, Joey.
But
just stop.
You've endured quite a few injuries. I know your sternum. You've had some pretty serious injuries to your sternum, but you still stick to it in professional wrestling. And look at this, Austin Aries, beautifully executed headstand, textbook executed headstand.
He's walking him through it.
Joey Ryan
he might get it this time.
Great horizontal base.
Joey Ryan almost got knocked out.
But okay, the Hangman's Clutch to have tapped out 3 such great wrestlers as it did this weekend. Do you think that going? Austin Aries!
Wow. Joey did not see that coming.
Pulling a fast one on Joey Ryan, and Joey Ryan's usually the one pulling the fast ones. But unfortunately, he was a step behind Aries there.
Aries just so quick.
Japanese-style arm drag takeover. Chuck Taylor taken down. Kenny Omega taken down by Austin Aries. El Generico taken down by Austin Aries.
All with
Necro Butcher
arm drags.
blocks it. Hip tossed by Necro Butcher on Austin Aries. Davey Richards hip tossed by Necro Butcher. Necro Butcher hip tosses Roderick Strong. Hip toss on Chuck Taylor.
I wouldn't be surprised if that ref gets it by the end of this.
This is a ridiculous exchange, Scott Lost.
Oh, God.
Nick Jackson, and there we see that's exactly what we called for. He did not recognize his own partner.
I think he did recognize his partner on the second one.
Hip toss on El Generico.
That ref is screwed.
Necro Butcher. He's got Rachichi in the corner. Hip toss on Rachichi.
Now, is that a DQ?
You know what? If Monchichi is smart, he will not call for the DQ because Necro Butcher will beat the tar out of him.
He would be making out of this building alive.
Nigel McGuinness a little more level-headed than Necro Butcher. Oh, Necro Butcher going up to the top for a dive.
Yeah, that's just a bad idea in general.
Kenny Omega and Chuck Taylor put the brakes on it, and Joey Ryan trying to pull him back into the ring. Nick Jackson and El Generico, though, coming to the aid of their partner. They at least recognize their partner.
That would have ended very badly.
Now Necro Butcher in the ring with his partners, going to work on Joey Ryan, your partner, not for this match.
Fresh ref out here.
Monchichi, you can see holding
my tag team partner here getting double teamed, triple teamed.
Well, Necro Butcher technically hasn't done anything to Joey Ryan, but just his presence
is enough.
Is enough to intimidate Joey Ryan.
Back up to his feet.
Pulling him through. Young Buck style tag team decision.
Sweet mother. Dropkick pin combo.
Caught Joey Ryan on the ear. Monchichi's
the ref awake?
A slow count there. He's trying to regain his wits about him. Davey Richards, though, knows that this match is single elimination, so he was not upset at that slow count. Right hand to the breadbasket, or to the rib cage of Joey Ryan.
Quick tags by Generico and Nick Buck.
Great heel kick from El Generico.
Right in the bush.
Put Joey Ryan down. One. Monchichi again with the slow count. I think he's
complaining about his back. Give me a break. Get the guy out of here.
I think he might. I mean, do you think he holds a grudge against Necro Butcher and thereby Necro Butcher's entire team?
I don't think he's smart enough to even know what a grudge is. He just needs to be out of the ring.
The unwashed foot of Necro Butcher goes into the face of Joey Ryan.
That's effing ridiculous. Straight toe to the eye.
Joey Ryan usually does a lot of his looking for girls on MySpace, but after getting that boot of Necro Butcher's to his face, he might have to look to Craigslist for a hookup.
He ended up looking like Nigel McGuinness for the night's over if he gets any more of those toes.
Joey Ryan.
That's a tough spot to be in right there.
To the waiting arms of Chuck Taylor.
I don't think that was his arms.
Brought back up to his feet by Necro Butcher. Necro Butcher caught him with an elbow in the kidneys. Big headbutt takes Joey Ryan down.
Oh, man.
That was a gigantic headbutt. And now Necro Butcher showing some great tag team wrestling here. Necro Butcher saying he was in and out at one. He didn't even. Oh, Joey Ryan though backing El Generico over the corner. And just as I was about to compliment Necro Butcher on his tag team wrestling, Necro Butcher's partner gets taken advantage of, and now Monchichi being brought over to the corner, trying to keep Davey Richards out of the ring, and but El Generico being taken advantage of by Chuck Taylor, Joey Ryan, and Kenny Omega. Chuck Taylor dropkick caught El Generico on the ribs. It wasn't a clean impact on the chin, but still doing some damage.
Taking some air out of those lungs.
Now Kenny Omega up to the top. Big double sledge off the top. Caught Generico right on the shoulder. Could be a possible rotator cuff injury, which would spell bad news for all his Olay gesture. Generico being worked over by Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, though, I mean, despite the fact that he admitted he is no Bryan Danielson on the mat, but he is no slouch either. I mean,
from what I've seen,
he is a phenomenal professional wrestler, and then Davey Richards getting there,
coming into the ring.
Doesn't want El Generico to tap out, so he broke up that that hold.
Davey Richards just loves to fight. He just came in, just destroyed it for no reason.
Oh, big headbutt, and knocks Nick Buck off the corner, but notice Davey.
Holy shit!
Davey Richards just threw Kenny Omega through
like
the
I said,
ropes.
Davey Richards at Powerhouse, he just destroyed the ring for no reason.
Davey Richards, what an incredible display of power!
I felt the power.
He just threw Kenny Omega through the ropes.
Holy shit! Nick Buck taking advantage, trying to stay on top of Davey Richards here. Davey taking right back over.
Nick Jackson with on the receiving end of that snap suplex.
I thought the ring exploded.
This match has went from bizarre to insane, Scott Lost. Blockbuster suplex thrown at Roderick Strong just throws away Nick Jackson. I mean, what happens at this point, Scott Lost?
Let's hope the ring crew can get this
Roderick Strong going up to the bottom rope. That's the highest rope there is right now.
Aries,
excuse me, Austin Aries comes down with the elbow on the extended elbow of Nick Jackson.
Aries very familiar with the bottom rope for his suicide dive
between the 30-second rope, yeah. And now we see the ropes hanging slack. They're very
rope in second.
They're very close to the second and third. I consider the top of the first. Yeah, backwards, I know. Okay. But you know, the ropes are hanging slack. They're very close. So I mean, if you say that rope was draped in the middle of the ring, what would happen? I mean, would it be an honest to goodness rope break if you were to reach it, if even though it's in the middle of the ring?
Ridiculous. That's a ridiculous statement.
Well, I know, but I mean, it's possible. It's
true, though.
It's becoming.
I have no answer for you.
A new possibility here. And Scott, I am speechless. I do not know what to say.
I seriously thought the ring exploded for a second.
This is. We've never seen anything like this before.
I think this has thrown Joey off of his.
And Kenny Omega is nowhere to be found after being thrown through the ropes by Davey Richards.
Yeah, how's that guy?
I don't even know where Kenny Omega might be going to an emergency room now after going through.
I think the ring explosion has thrown Joey off of his game because normally he would be doing something with the ring post, exposing one of those turnbuckles. I mean, you know, he's got metal all over the place. Why not use it?
This is bizarre, Scott Lost. Knee to the midsection by Roderick Strong.
Showing some life in there.
Oh, backbreaker by Roderick Strong. His hallmark. Lateral press. He's got the forearm across the bridge of the nose of Nick Jackson.
Jackson, very impressive yesterday in his showing. Today as well. He was a couple of times there yesterday. I thought he was.
He's very close to winning. Yeah, but Yoshino, of course, is the man that did advance to face Loki in the second round.
Yoshino, the man that destroyed my sternum.
That's right, and you know, here we see Davey Richards and Austin Aries, despite the condition of the ring.
Chuck Taylor.
Hey, look at this. El Generico's throwing him the ropes to try.
Okay, so now we'll figure out if that is in fact a legal rope break, if the ref calls for it.
Nick Jackson, though, fighting out of it. Oh, clothesline takes him down. Oh my God!
We got referees, security out here.
Big chop to the chest, and Davey Richards, Austin Aries, and Roderick Strong have been in full control of this matchup since the ring broke, since Kenny Omega was thrown through the ropes by Davey Richards. Nick Jackson came in to try to turn things around, to use that distraction to his team's advantage. But right now, Roderick Strong, Austin Aries, and Davey Richards in complete control of this matchup.
Davey Richards with some swift kicks to the sternum earlier. Trying to knock the ring right out of there. Big buck there.
The ring crew is actually taking down all the ropes. I'm not sure in an effort to do what, I don't know.
Looks like they're moving to the bottom to the top, obviously.
And all of this is happening while this match is continuing.
Wow.
Spinning round kick.
Nick Jackson stealing blatantly from my playbook.
Going to the Scott Lost playbook. El Generico takes down Roderick Strong, takes down Davey Richards, takes down Joey Ryan and Chuck Taylor.
Things are getting crazy.
Takes down Austin Aries with the leg lariat. And El Generico comes out on top, but Roderick Strong right there. And Joey Ryan right there, actually. Now this match is really breaking down.
Get some. Wow.
El Generico.
Good for El Generico.
El Generico is the odd man out, and Necro Butcher comes in.
Even in things.
He just punched Austin Aries, punched Roderick Strong, punched Joey Ryan, punched Chuck Taylor, and Necro Butcher.
Oh, God. He's
going for Monchichi.
You better get out of that ring.
Look at this. He's trying to shake Monchichi off the ring apron and does so.
Got him.
Necro Butcher, I think, was going to the top rope.
He said he was going to try it.
That would be ill-advised, to say the least. And the ring crew just trying to improvise
practically trying to put the ring back together. Hopefully Butcher doesn't sock one of them.
That would prove very deadly if the ring crew were to be taken out. Taylor over the top. Joey Ryan underneath the top. I don't want to say through the ropes because there was just one rope. Chuck Taylor back up to his feet. Necro Butcher. He's on the outside. Austin Aries, he's tied up in those ropes on the outside. He's dazed. Necro Butcher on the ring apron.
Going for the big dive.
Oh!
Sea of humanity.
Tope con hello off the ring apron.
And taking a piece of dog.
Necro Butcher.
A little intermission for
And he's going to the far corners of this building.
Wow, there's a rope over there. That's amazing.
They could be using that to patch the rope that Kenny Omega was thrown through. Kenny Omega still has not emerged after crashing to the floor.
Actually, briefly, I saw him off to the side of us here.
Oh, was he
I
really?
was hoping he was going right back into the action. But
Might be
still nowhere.
Might be going to the emergency room.
It's a good possibility.
Now Generico bringing Austin Aries back into the ring.
It's quite a shame because he was having a great showing.
That's right. I mean, that could be disastrous. Going through, Generico throws Aries into the corner.
Wow.
Aries crashes in hard. Generico setting him up for the haluva kick. Oh, but Generico got tangled up in the top rope after Aries dove out of the way. Now Roderick Strong back into the ring along with Austin Aries as Generico getting worked over in the corner. Now Roderick Strong turns his attention
To that big drop kick in the corner.
to Nick Jackson.
Holy crap!
Drop kick to corner, but just crashed down hard, landing on his face. Oh! What is this?
What's going on?
Kenny Omega, the voice of reason here. He's on the.
Finally back.
He's holding his head. Right, this is the losers round match. Oh no, everybody's going after Kenny Omega.
That was a bad
They are giving him the bum's rush.
That was a bad idea.
Kenny Omega.
That was a holy crap.
He is being
Roddy
chased
just
by
chucked a chair at him.
a gang of angry wrestlers.
That was not the best idea ever.
Kenny Omega.
How did he
He's
get
up
up
top.
there?
He's up
How
top.
did he get up there so fast? I think Aries ran across. He's cutting him back off. He's waiting for him. He's waiting for him at the bottom.
Davey Richards and Austin Aries waiting for Kenny Omega to come down the stairs.
Did he
Kenny
get past
Omega,
him?
he slipped
That man
past
is
them. He
insane.
slipped past them. He is the Roadrunner to everyone else's Wile E. Coyote.
You got to give it to Kenny Omega. Good showing his debut weekend. Hauling ass right past Austin Aries.
He was trying to be the voice of reason in this match, but it backfire spectacularly. And I believe this might be this match might turn into Kenny Omega's specialty, the Anywhere match, the Falls Count Anywhere.
Kenny, come back! That way.
I once heard he did a Michinoku driver off of a mountain.
Down a sand dune.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't quite a mountain.
Now.
It was a sand dune, but now obviously we've got no link to the camera outside, so
We're going to get a good shot of Rick. That's not Rick Knox.
that's Monchichi, the back of his head. Not sure what's going on outside. Hopefully we have a camera out there. You know what, Scott Lawson? I'm going to take this time to get it. Oh, wait. Action's coming back inside. Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. Oh!
He's avoided them once again. Omega back into the ring.
Oh, this is not
Necro
good.
Butcher just
And-
leveled Kenny Omega. 1, 2. Now broken up by about 4 other competitors in this matchup.
Jackson going after Joey. Decided Omega had enough.
This is insane, Scott Lost. This is a true WTF match.
Yes, it is.
Roderick Strong, back elbows El Generico in the corner. Necro Butcher about to hit Austin Aries with the chair, but Monchichi saying, didn't you learn anything from what happened to Nigel McGuinness?
Aries going back to know what he knows best, which is a headlock.
But Monchichi didn't.
And also a thumb to the throat.
Monchichi didn't throw the chair out of the ring, and so, I mean, this is what led to Nigel McGuinness.
I mean, at this point, does it matter that there's a chair in the ring?
I have no idea, Scott Lost. I'm not sure there are any rules at this point.
I don't think it would make sense for there to be rules.
Austin Aries is trying to throw Nick Jackson over the top rope. Is this turned into a battle royal?
It's a battle royal style match now, apparently.
Apparently so. Nick Buck thrown over the top rope.
Eliminated.
Austin Aries thrown over the top rope.
Has been eliminated.
Joey Ryan knocked off the apron. Chuck Taylor, Davey Richards, and Roderick Strong.
Wow. That was
Roderick Strong's chop knocks him over the top.
Being left alone with Roderick Strong.
Necro Butcher trying to throw Kenny Omega out underneath the rope. Singular, and Roderick Strong thrown over the top. Davey Richards went for a single leg takedown. He does. He gets the single leg on Necro Butcher. Necro reverses it though. Oh, Davey though holds on. Puts on the
Have they
brakes.
officially changed the rules of
I
this
am
match?
not. I don't know what's going on. Davey Richards rolls up Necro Butcher. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. Necro Butcher was pinned by a school.
Oh, yeah, the ref. Suarez, the ref never got popping out of that ring.
Scott lost.
Roderick Strong attempting to go under the top rope.
I do not know what to say about this matchup, but never before in professional wrestling have we seen anything quite like this. I think we could see a lynching, and not a ye old-timey lynching either.
You know, the thing is, I'm glad this was the first match I've ever called.
Because it can only be uphill
That
from
was
here.
the most memorable first-time commentary, I think, in the history of wrestling.
Monchichi.
This is not good. This is not good.
Monchichi being El Generico is complaining to him about the fast count. Necro Butcher. He is saying that Davey Richards rolled him up fair. Oh!
Holy sweet Jesus.
Necro Butcher just leveled Monchichi. I don't want to speak for Dino Winwood.
Looks like someone's getting fined.
He might have, but would you want to find Necro Butcher?
See, the thing, I don't think that's in the ref's power. I mean, that's up to you, Dino.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Scott lost.
Joey Ryan, look at my partner.
Thank you for joining me. Let's hope we can get the ring back.
All right, I'm gonna go check out Joey, see if he's all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, with one rope but two finalists, we are getting underway for the finals of the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles.
It's mainly going to be a battle of wits here, and as well as endurance, even more.
Chris Hero and Low-Key, a great show of respect there. These two men have traveled so far off such a tough road to get here, but they are both here, and you know, even under these, I would say I don't even have the words for it.
Beyond our control.
Yeah, these undesirable circumstances. Thank you. These two men, consummate professionals, will go out and face each other to show who is the top man tonight and who is the winner of the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles. Chris Hero, of course, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion. Low-Key, former Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion. It is a title that he had never technically lost. He was forced to vacate the title due to knee injury, but Low-Key was, he was never beaten for the title, and so he feels that he rightfully has a shot at Hero on Hero's belt, and if he has to go through this tournament in order to get that shot, that's what he's going to do. And Chris Hero, of course, is the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion, defeated Human Tornado at Life During Wartime, the PWG 5-year anniversary show, and Chris Hero has defeated defeated Low-Key, but it was in a 4-way match. He pinned Eddie Kingston, defeated also Necro Butcher in that match, defeated Pac in his second title defense. And throughout the tournament, they were non-title matches, but still racked up an impressive series of victories over Necro Butcher, over Scott Lost, the professional, and the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
It has been a very amazing bowler this year, and as I was saying here, Low-Key going for the submission. The absence of the section of the rope, it's going to be, it's going to come down to that.
Chris Hero, great ring awareness, great improvisation, grabbing for the top rope, and technically, if you break the plane of the ropes, then you are, under the rules of professional wrestling, that is a valid break. But Chris Hero going a step further to grab the top rope, force Low-Key to break up that hold. And Low-Key, of course, had no easy road to this tournament final himself either. He defeated Roderick Strong in the opening round, Masato Yoshino in the quarterfinal round, and Nigel McGuinness in a very controversial decision. But in defeating him via disqualification, he was on the receiving end of that Tower of London on the chair, and so Low-Key very well could have suffered a concussion there. He was very slow to get up after the Tower of London, and so there's no telling what ill effects Low-Key will have from that hold. But Chris Hero, he had a very hard fought matchup with Necro Butcher last night. I know he sustained a rib injury, so these two men battered and bruised, but here in the finals and fighting it out for the winning to win the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles.
Keep in mind, even though there can be only one winner here, every participant has proven why they are in the Battle of Los Angeles.
Exactly, every single participant. And for fans that were wondering, Kenny Omega is okay. Davey Richards threw him through those ropes. He did hit his head on the floor after he fell through, but was alive backstage, and despite being chased around the Burbank Armory and having the tar beaten out of him, he was still alive and in somewhat good spirits despite being on the losing team in that matchup.
I don't see how you can tell it differently. Back.
It is true. Kenny Omega is a unique individual, but right now we have two extremely unique individuals here in this final round matchup of the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles. So far, very slow pace to this matchup. Both men feeling each other out, trying to, gauge the extent of each other's injuries. And the X factor in this match is the missing ropes. How will that affect each other? Or that pretty much nullifies any top rope maneuvers. It nullifies Low-Key's dragon clutch, the rope assisted dragon clutch, which is technically an illegal maneuver, but still a very effective. Hard kick to the chest of Chris Hero. Chris Hero though pops up to his feet, trying to get out of the range of Low-Key's kicks, but Low-Key is so fast and so agile that you could fall victim to his kicks at any instant.
Fans, if you saw what I saw, you saw the sweat just totally fly off of Chris Hero's chest from that massive kick by Low-Key.
And Low-Key, his kicks are known for their pinpoint accuracy as well as their strength, and so that is something that Chris Hero definitely has to look out for. I don't know if Low-Key knows about Chris Hero's rib injury, but that very well could factor into it. Oh, look at that, Low-Key just shrugging it off. Knife edge chop to Chris Hero, second knife edge chop. Oh my Mongolian chop. Mongolian barbecue chop from Loki, and a high kick, rolling elbow. Elbow shot from Loki, takes Chris Hero. He just soccer ball kicked him in the face. No respect from Loki to the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla world champion.
I'm speechless. Good Lord.
I think he's going to let Rick Knox give him the knockout count, the 10 count.
What a victory that would be, especially so early in the finals.
I mean, we saw.
Oh, Hero's busted open.
We saw what a well-placed kick can do to Nigel McGuinness, who's on the receiving end of Brandon Bonham's drop kick, and Chris Hero could very well be matching up.
This can't be good.
Matching up Shiner for Shiner with Nigel McGuinness.
To the streets right here.
Low-key going to the outside with a bloody and battered Chris Hero. That soccer ball kick may be the thing that. Oh, drop kick to Chris Hero on the outside. That soccer ball kick to the face may very well be the thing that the most telling move in this match, the thing that defines this final round matchup in the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles.
I don't know if this would have been a little bit more calmer if we had the other two roasts, but you can see right there, low key, deep concentration, covered in Chris Hero's blood. He looks like a freaking rabid animal.
That is true. Look, he's just breathing in the corner, catching his breath, using almost like a meditative technique. And there we see Chris Hero, blood all over his face.
It's like Jesus after a bar fight.
A mask of blood on Chris Hero's face, and Loki is just using this time to catch his breath and make Chris Hero fight his way back into the ring. Hero is dazed, he is battered, and Loki now finally stalking towards Chris Hero, breaking up the count on the outside. I think Loki, no matter what he feels about Chris Hero, he doesn't want to win this tournament via count out. And now bringing him back into the ring, and he's just standing over him. Wrenching the nose of Chris Hero. Loki, would you look at that?
I can just feel the cartilage snapping inside Chris Hero's neck.
Oh, another hard kick to the chest. A second, a third. And Chris Hero goes down. Loki with the cover, lateral press. 2 count only.
Oh my God, look at the blood gushing the nose of Chris Hero. It's coming out more and more thicker.
And you know, I mean, we talked about it in Nigel. We talked about, Loki goes down. Loki goes down. Dino Winwood, I've said it before. I'll say it again. This is serious.
This shit got real. Oh my God.
Loki back up to his feet. Chris Hero just rattled Loki. Now Hero with the cravat. Hangman's clutch neck breaker. Hook of the leg. 2 count only. Loki able to kick out at 2. We were talking about Nigel McGuinness, that the broken nose or the bloody nose may have affected his breathing. How would the bloody nose affect Chris Hero's breathing? Knife edge chop to Loki on his knees, reverberating out throughout the armory here in Burbank. But Chris Hero,
he's getting mad.
Oh, Chris Hero grabbing the nose of Loki, returning the favor. Another chop to the chest of Loki.
I can imagine that blood is taking effect on Hero's breathing, but keep in mind, it's dripping from his nose. It could get into your mouth. You're breathing heavy. That shit's gonna get in there, and you see the smear of it going across the chest of Loki. At least I hope that's Hero's blood.
Big kick in the corner, and a cover hook of the leg. 1, 2 count as Loki able to kick out. And you know, we talked about that blood starts coagulating in your nose, starts blocking up your nasal passages, affects your breathing like that. So I mean, not only do you have to deal with the blood flowing into your mouth and you're constantly spitting it out, trying to catch a fresh breath of air, you're not taking in any wind through your nose. And now Chris Hero, look at this! Just wrenching Loki back and then forward then back. Now crossing the legs of Loki, all the pressure on his spine, on his neck, and then stretching out those thighs of his. Not going to be able to throw his kicks quite as effectively from now on, one would imagine.
Better keep it a little cool. They're getting little buffalo-eyed there with Rick Knox.
Elbow to the side of the head. I think he caught him on the trapezius actually, and low key. And now that one caught him right on the ear. We could see that as plain as day. Chris Hero is taking the fight back to Loki, and this is an unfamiliar situation for Loki. Usually he's the aggressor in the match, Dino Winwood. But Chris Hero knows what needs to be done in order to win the Battle of Los Angeles. He knows what needs to be done in order to defeat a competitor the caliber of Loki, and he is doing exactly that. He is taking the fight to Loki. He's not letting that possibly broken nose stop him. He is bringing the fight directly to the World Warrior.
A series of $5 footlong knuckle sandwiches to the face.
Front chancery into the suplex-style neckbreaker. Hook of the leg, 2 count again. Rick Knox, the senior official, he is the man that he's in charge of the officials here in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and he would assign a match of this great importance to no other man than himself, doing a great job keeping his eyes on the action. And but I mean, this is, with so many variables, the ring in the condition that it's in. Oh, just guillotined him on the top rope. With the ring in the condition that it is in, Rick Knox has got to be, he's relaxing, I guess, his understanding of the rules of professional wrestling a little bit, but he can't do it too much lest this contest turn into an unfair one.
On that, and Hero now taking it to the outside. He's going for it.
Big sledge across the chest of Low-Ki, driving the wind out of his lungs. Low-Ki's trying to fight his way out of it, I believe he's trying to uppercut Chris Hero. No, he's grabbing the nose of Chris Hero. As Chris Hero, it's got him in almost like a version of Low-Ki's dragon clutch over the ring apron, wrenching Low-Ki's head down as his body is still supported by the ring itself.
In the middle of the carnage. Hero better be careful. That's the last rope we got.
Oh, rope assisted senton, single rope assisted, hook of the leg, 1, 2 count. Low-Ki able to kick out Chris Hero up to his feet with a bloody visage of Chris Hero. That could be the most telling thing in this matchup. How will it affect his breathing? How will it factor into his strategy in this matchup? How will it factor into the way Chris Hero approaches Low-Ki? So far, not that much. But if this match progresses, of course, there is no time limit in this match. This is the tournament final. There must be a winner. How will this, how will the bloody nose, the possibly broken nose, determine Chris Hero's approach to how this match goes, how Chris Hero approaches this match as it progresses?
Survive this, and what will be left of them at the end of tonight? Especially the way these two have been delivering the hits to each other.
Look how viciously Chris Hero is wrenching the neck of Low-Ki. Low-Ki in the center of the ring, not ready to give up. You can see fighting his way up. He's got his left leg up, now his right leg up. Back up to a vertical base. I think he's trying to lift Chris Hero. He does. He lifts Chris Hero up. An incredible show of strength by Low-Ki.
As Hero wrapping those legs around.
Hero's got it locked in. Now almost like a cross-faced chicken wing. Oh! Drops him back. Andre the Giant and Wesley the Pirate, or Dread Pirate Robert style.
Why should that make such a difference?
Dino Winwood, his voice catching in his throat after seeing Chris Hero driven back after he's going for that rear naked cross-face chicken wing. But Low-Ki is still... Oh! Great elevation by Chris Hero on the senton. 2 count, but Low-Ki kicks out.
Hero there, notice he sort of screamed out. Now he's trying to keep a cool head about this. Could be going for the big guns now.
Chris Hero, that soccer ball kick, I thought that would be the end of him, but he has recovered very nicely. And now Low-Ki, you can see on his hands and knees, fighting his way back up to his feet, but he can't make it as Chris Hero keeps up the attack on Low-Ki.
Notice Heroes keep getting the blood on his fingers as he chops
Low-Ki. He's sending a message to him.
Man. It's poetic.
It is, very much so. And now the cravat applied by Chris Hero, again wrenching that neck of Low-Ki.
Heavily.
Going for the toss with the cravat style neck breaker, but Low-Ki got a wide vertical base and he another soccer ball kick to Chris Hero. Now Low-Ki, boot to the side of the head. Hero is staggered. Another boot to the face. Low-Ki again winds up, kicks Hero. Hero is down, and now he is stalking his prey.
Hero held on!
Chris Hero, he caught the kick, he saw it coming. Well anticipated by Chris Hero. Drops it down, goes for the elbow, Low-Ki ducks. Capo kick, the heel of Low-Ki's boot. Caught Chris Hero right between the eyes.
Oh, God.
Hero just gushing blood. He doesn't know where he is.
His eyes are glazed over, man.
But Low-Ki back up to his feet. Soul butt to the midsection. Another soul butt to the midsection. He dropped Chris Hero down. Kick to the back of the head. That high angle kick. And now Low-Ki. No! The wizard to the face. Lateral press. 1, 2. No! Chris Hero kicks out at 2. Loki, he locks in the Dragon's Clutch.
Could be a no.
No,
He's fighting it.
I think the slickness of Chris Hero's blood forced Loki to lose his grip on that. Now where's Loki? He's bringing him over to the corner. Could be setting him up to the top rope, but what's he going to do from that position? Oh, he's setting him in the corner. Oh, back elbow to the throat that time. Might have been to the face on the smaller man. Chris Hero shot pillar to post by Loki. Irish whip into the corner. Running elbow strike to the crown of Chris Hero's head. Loki's got him up. He's got the legs hooked, but Chris Hero blocking it. Loki fights out of it. Chris Hero transitions into the cravat. Drops him down.
Could be the moment he needs.
Chris Hero hooks the leg. Loki kicked out at 2.85. Chris Hero and Loki, they are fighting like their lives are on the line. And I mean, granted, it's the biggest prize that Pro Wrestling Guerrilla has, the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles. But I mean, they are fighting like so much more is at stake, and perhaps there is. A shot at the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Championship is on the line for Loki. Whoa. Senton to the small of the back on Loki.
Looks like he's dropping a bowling ball on something.
Now Chris Hero pulling Loki to the center of the ring. Setting him up for that Hangman's Clutch. He defeated all of his opponents previously, and we talked about the slickness of Chris Hero's blood. What about the slickness of Loki's bald head? He's worked up quite a sweat, quite a lather, as it were, but Hero's got the nose of Loki locked as he is wrenching back with the Hangman's Clutch. That's the move that beat Necro Butcher. That's the move that beat Scott Lost. That's the move that beat American Dragon Bryan Danielson. Loki biting the hand of Chris Hero in order to force him to break up the hold.
A bit of a dirty tactic on the part of Loki.
But a very effective one. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's cool. Read my mind.
Oh, Chris Hero.
Tit for tit. Retaliation.
Shinjiro Otani style. Oh! Elbow found its mark. Chris Hero knocks him out. 2. Loki kicks out at 2.
Hero can't believe it.
What an incredible elbow strike from Chris Hero on Loki.
Fans rallying behind him. I'm guessing both competitors here. At least they got my vote.
Setting him up for the Hero's Welcome. He hasn't really had to use that all weekend, but Loki reverses into a front chancery, kicks the leg of Chris Hero. Now Loki.
Key crush.
Key crusher. Key crusher. 1, 2, 3. No! Chris Hero kicks out of the key crusher.
Go for that clutch.
He's got him in the Dragon's Clutch.
Is this
Dragon
it?
Clutch in the center of the ring.
No! 1, 2, 3. No! He kicked out.
Chris Hero holds on with the cravat. He's got that necktie on him. Drops him down.
Got
1, 2, 3.
No! He kicked out.
Loki kicks out.
What is gonna do?
The Hangman's Clutch. Hangman's Clutch. Loki is fighting out of it. Loki reverses.
He's got it.
He's in the Dragon's Clutch. He's locked him in. He's locked him in. Oh, Chris Hero escapes out of it though. Rolling elbow once again rattles Loki. Loki on spaghetti legs. John Woo! John Woo! Dragon's Clutch! Dragon's Clutch!
This is gonna be it.
Chris Hero steps up. Loki wins the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles.
What a finish! Oh my God! What a year!
Fans, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. You gotta go out and pass out some hardware.
See ya!
Shake.
I'm going to get out of here just a couple seconds. I just want to say, I think I just found my number one contender. Once again, your winner of the 2000 ring now, clock.